Hey guys, welcome to this live recast live number 32. It's just me and Pieguy this time right now. We could have guests in the future. By future, I mean next couple of minutes. But, hey Pieguy, how you doing, man?
Pieguy's not here right now. Only Batman.
Oh, then where's Pieguy?
Pieguy's, good pies, up in the attic just hanging out. Eating pie.
Yeah, so if you couldn't tell, we're going to be talking about Lego Batman, the amazing movie, I think from 2017. And we'll be comparing that to Teen Titans Go to the movies. Those are our comparisons.
Sound a little more excited. Hey guys, PIEGUYRULZ here, and welcome to the second live recast. Monsters, you said the 30-second live recast, and there's probably
I said 30-second live recast.
You kind of said that.
Oh, okay.
I don't think
Second live recast, 30-second overall.
They were live to us. Thank you, Mrs. Malarkey, for the comment about the art. This art, we didn't address it last week because the art wasn't finished when we recorded, but this art was done by Nikki, who was here for our last live recast and might be popping in at some point. She did an amazing job, and there's more to see with this art that is going to come at some point.
Yes, that is true.
But yeah, we appreciate the feedback and the people liking it because we love Nikki's art. So here's how this is going to go down. If you missed it last week or last month, last time we did this, we are going to basically for about 20 or 30 minutes talk about the stuff we watched in the past week. Let people kind of pile in, come, and anyone that's a little late come into the chat here. And then up until 9:30 p.m. EST, so an hour and a half from now, at that time we will get into the discussion of Lego Batman and Teen Titans Go to the movies. So there's a lot of time for questions and news. And again, if you weren't here for the last time, basically on our Discord server or on the YouTube chat, you can send us news and we'll react to it live here. And you can ask us questions and we'll answer them. And just have a great time, hopefully.
Heck yeah.
But before all that, I think we had a correction from last week.
Yeah. Pertaining to Butterfree.
Yeah. Well, first of all, how are we doing, guys? Is our voices, our audio good and everything?
Do we sound all good and stuff?
Yeah. Does my Batman voice sound good? Does
my Batman voice sound better?
All right. Well, you don't have to upstage me. It's all right. You're supposed to do your Michael Cera impression.
Oh, wait.
That's like more of a Justin Roiland.
Wait, I have two dads now.
Okay. But yeah, last week we talked about Pokemon, and there's a lot of really diehard Pokemon fans, and that's actually really cool to hear. Pokemon has been like a part of my life for the past
Ever.
20 years. Yeah, like 20 years. But like I haven't been into the anime in like 15 years. So like little bits and pieces of knowledge come to me from fans and all that sort of stuff. So I didn't get everything entirely correct. Butterfree never does come back, but there is an episode where Ash helps a Caterpie evolve and he remembers his Butterfree. Yeah, that was the big correction, I think.
Yeah. A couple other minor things, but that was the big one.
Yep. So yeah. So you want to hop right into the what we watched so we can get this ball
show
rolling?
on the road. Yeah, sure.
Mm-hmm. What'd you watch, Monsters?
All right. Graphics switched. I watched some old Gendy Tartakovsky stuff because you know how much I love Gendy Tartakovsky and his action cartoons. Surprisingly enough, I'm not really the biggest fan of Dexter's Lab or any of his comedic stuff, really. I haven't seen any of the Hotel Transylvania movies. But I do really like Gendy Tartakovsky's action stuff. So I watched kind of a mixed concoction both of the 2003 Star Wars The Clone Wars miniseries and also Samurai Jack, from the first 4 seasons. From Samurai Jack, I watched some of the last episodes of season 4, most notably Oh God, I'm not gonna remember the name of the episode. It's called like Tale of, and then whatever the robot's name is. But it's basically, it's told in the style of like a film noir. Lots of jazzy music, and it's basically the backstory of this robot who was built to have emotions, and he retires from because he was built to be like an enemy robot, and I guess he was like the only one that survived. So he basically retires, and he gets this dog named Lulu, and he's living life good. And then one day, I guess Aku takes away Lulu, and he's devastated because that dog is his life. So, in order to get the dog back, he basically has to come out of retirement and turn evil again. So yeah, he encounters Jack, and they fight for a bit, and then Jack mercilessly kills him at the end. And it's pretty depressing, especially because nobody knows what happens to the dog, and considering the fact that season 5 is like 50 years after the end of season 4, the dog's probably dead.
Oh,
so
thanks.
yeah, so there's a bit of a dark, I guess, feel to it. It's one of my favorite episodes of the series, no doubt. I've seen it many times, and it wasn't until this past viewing of it. Yeah, the Tale of X9. Thank you, C.R. Martin, for pointing that out. I always forget the name of the robot. I was going to say XJ9, but that's Jenny from My Life as a Teenage Robot. But yeah, it's really cool, and it kind of reminded me this past time of John Wick, in the sense where a guy, like basically his only prized possession is his dog, and then he loses his dog, so he has to come out of retirement and commit violence. So I really do like that episode. I watched a couple others too, like the Four Seasons episode, and the one where Jack is a kid. And then for Star Wars: The Clone Wars, I watched most of seasons 1 and 2, because the little chapters are pretty short. But I watched most of the first 2 seasons. It's before Anakin grows out his long hair, and it's before it really gets into the it's like by the end of season 2 where they introduce Grievous. So it was cool seeing like Shaggy. He's like a Jedi he was like a temporary Jedi based off of Shaggy from Scooby-Doo. Yeah, like to think that this was, because I do remember watching this back in the day. It aired from like 2003 to 2005, but to think that this was like the big crossing in terms of lore between episodes 2 and 3 is kind of crazy, because just in terms of time within Star Wars lore, it's quite a bit, and there's a lot that happens in the Clone Wars, which I will admit the 2008 series does a much better job of exploring in depth. But the mini-series is just, I love the stylized nature of it. It's actually quite quippy. It's pretty funny. There's a little bit of a sense of humor to it, and yeah, I mean the villains are scary. It does a good job of establishing, like Asajj Ventress and Grievous, and Dirge is a pretty cool villain, even though he's not there for too long. So that's pretty much what I watched.
Nice. I just want to say my cat is looking at herself in the mirror. I don't know if she's gonna make that change though.
Good observation.
Who? Okay, so I know I said I'd stop talking about Batman the Animated Series like a week or two ago, but I feel like if there's any appropriate place to talk about it, it's in the recast about Lego Batman and Teen Titans Go to the Movies, because both of them reference specifically Batman Animated. They both do the like the iconic Batman standing on a building with the red sky background.
Right.
Because like that's, and also interestingly enough, the Lego DC Villains, the video game, just came out with Batman the Animated Series based DLC, which makes me want that game. It's on sale on Steam, so I might make that decision. But at any rate, I watched more of the animated series. I'm almost done with it. I'm on the last season, which is technically like this weird retool where it's still the same continuity and everything, but they change the art style and they introduce Tim Drake as a younger Robin and make regular Robin become Nightwing. And Batgirl is just a part of Batman's team all the time, even though there's no transition episode for that. It's kind of weird. Like it takes some getting used to in terms of like the visual style, but the writing is still top notch. And I saw it was very strange because yesterday I watched this episode. It's an infamous one where young Robin falls in love, or not falls in love, but he meets this girl who is running away from her father figure, who's like this big burly dude, and you're like, oh no, what's going on? And spoilers on a cartoon episode that's what, 30 years old now?
Yeah.
Turns out that her father is Clayface, and she is a part of Clayface that has fragmented and formed her own personality, and she gets absorbed and dies at the end of the episode.
Wow.
And Batman's like, there's not always happy endings, kid. And so I watched that, and then I immediately watched Teen Titans Go to the Movies, where the tone is slightly different.
Yeah, you could say that.
So that was interesting, but no, yeah, the writing on that was great. I also saw an episode called Joker's Millions, where the Joker's like, he gets bequeathed like millions of dollars from this crime boss that hated him, and the Joker's like, he's like, I'm crazy enough to fight Batman, but the IRS is no joke. Because the IRS comes after him for the money, but some of it's counterfeit bill. It's a whole thing, but it's actually a really interesting spotlight episode for the Joker. I enjoyed that quite a bit.
Yeah.
Yes, that's true, Victor. Part of the reason why they did the art style retool was to make the animation more uniform, so that like they didn't have as much cases of off model as they did in the first 2 seasons of the animated series, and B, so it meshed with Superman the animated series as well as the rest of the DC animated universe going forward.
Right.
Yeah.
That does make sense.
Yep. So I saw that. Still watching it, seen all the episodes before it. It's good stuff. Excited to get through it. After that, I'm gonna probably watch the crossover episodes with Superman the animated series. I have no interest in seeing the rest of Superman the animated series, but I want to watch the crossover. And then Batman Beyond, and then Return of the Joker, and then I'll probably watch Justice League again.
Love Justice League.
It's pretty good. From what I've seen, I don't think I made it to the end of that, but and I should probably also watch Static Shock somewhere in there if I'm going through the DC animated universe.
I watched that Star-Crossed movie.
Aside from that, but also related. Thank you for the super chat, Alyssa. Oh, that's right. There is also Batman and Harley Quinn, which is a DC. It's like one of those direct to DVD animated movies they did recently, but allegedly it takes place in the animated universe, which they stopped doing years ago.
Like the Bruce Timm universe?
Yes. I want to see it, but I want to finish Batman the Animated Series first. So that's a potential idea. I'm definitely down for doing. We're definitely gonna do some sort of Batman recast at some point. With the animated series, not obviously. We're doing a Batman recast today anyway. The other thing I watched was related to Lego Batman. Arrested Development ended this past week. I won't go on about this because I know. Well, most likely they really shouldn't bring it back because of scheduling conflicts. But obviously Will Arnett and Michael Cera, they're pretty well known for that show. I won't give any spoilers because it's brand new. But the first half of the season was not particularly great. That aired 10 months ago. This half was definitely better. It was funnier. It was more interesting. There was some good twists and shocks. It still didn't feel as funny as the show was before it got brought back. But I think that any fan of the show would be at least decently satisfied with where it ends and a lot of the jokes in there. So so I'll say that. I won't go into it much further than that. And then I feel like there was something else I watched. Well, wait, there was. Yeah, this is why I should write these things down, but I'm better on the fly.
I'm the opposite.
Well, I watched a lot of trailers. All right, you ready
to
move
opening the floodgates?
Yeah, let's open the floodgates. Do it. So, oh wait, hang on. Getting a message. Oh, never mind. So yeah, we're gonna open it up, and we are now going to accept until for about an hour and 10 minutes till 9:30 EST. We're going to take questions and news. So on our Discord server, if you're a member, use the news and question chat to send us things, and we'll look at them there. If you're not a member, we do have membership closed at the moment just because there was a spamming issue. But we will still be looking at the YouTube comments as well. So yeah, so either one, send us stuff and we'll start reacting. Oh, that's a lot of questions. Also, 146 people. That's a lot of people. When is every episode of Teen Titans Season 2 reviewed coming? Unfortunately, that's a project that will most likely never get a second part. But thank you for the super chat. So let's see. CR Martin, any non-animation related questions? Yeah, I mean, you can ask whatever question you want. We may not answer it or we may not even see it, but feel free to ask any question.
Yeah.
So I guess while people are pouring all this stuff in, you want to start with Toy Story 4?
Yeah, sure.
So there was a big Toy Story 4 trailer that was released. There was previously teaser trailers, which we talked about in the recast, actually. But this one is like the blowout trailer.
Yeah. Yeah, this is the big one.
Yeah. Thank you again for the super chat, Alyssa. Maybe not so many though. Why doesn't Pieguy like Revolution? I don't know what you mean by that. Oh, the Teen Titans episode. I'll get into that some other time. But and then sorry, I just want to make sure we get the super chats. Thank you, Tim, for the $2 super chat. Favorite classic sitcom from the 60s, 70s, or 80s? If I don't think Married with Children, I think that was early 90s.
Yeah.
It might have been late 80s. I don't know. I don't have any interest in sitcoms before Married with Children.
No. No, Seinfeld's 90s. For me, yeah. I'd say, I don't know, Full House is like 80s, maybe Saved by the Bell, maybe Cheers is pretty good too, so.
How dare you say Full House?
Hey, original Full House is not that bad. It is very cheesy. It hasn't aged.
I'm gonna choose to ignore that comment for the sake of this the continuing. Toy Story 4. This trailer was weird. Like, they really wanted to give everything away.
Yeah.
Is this like the new thing where it's like they know people will see this no matter what, so like they might as well show as much of it as possible to like entice people?
Maybe. I mean, people obviously jump to the question too: is this a mislead? But I really don't think that there's any way that it could be.
No, especially considering, unlike, I don't know, like Infinity War or whatever, it's not as simple as like minor graphical effects or like taking a different take or something. Like, they literally have to animate like an entirely new thing if they're gonna mislead for the trailer. Like, that's a lot.
Yeah. So much voiceover and like, yeah, it sets up most of it.
Thank you for the super chat, Maxwell. We will talk about the Drake and Josh revival rumors next, but Toy Story 4. I saw a lot of people being very positive about it, and like, I understand it's Toy Story is a very nostalgic thing, and Pixar, even if they haven't been like the most original, they do still churn out a relatively like consistent output. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's very rare that like a movie is like a complete abomination. I mean, if nothing else, they at least look good. Like, they're at least visual spectacles.
Yeah, that's true.
So like, but I personally, I was interested after the teaser, like, oh, what are they doing with this like non-toy and like, where's this gonna go? But I'm definitely much less interested now, because it is essentially like, there's a toy missing, we gotta go rescue him. There's a new life out there that's not belonging to a kid. Maybe that's better than what we have. Like
what?
It's like,
would he get separated from the group?
Yeah,
that's so original.
Rescue mission. There's been a rescue mission in every Toy Story movie.
Yeah.
I haven't seen Young Justice yet, by the way, Alyssa.
I don't remember that episode.
So like, I don't know. I mean, I don't want to be like too down on it, because it does look competently made. And I'm sure they are going to raise like some new things with this whole non-toy. Like, I don't know, maybe use it to make some statements about life and what measure is a human. I don't know.
Sentience.
Right. But by and large, it does just kind of, it just feels the same. And I don't like that. I feel like the fourth movie, after they perfectly wrap things up in the third one, the fourth movie would be the time to do something drastically different, and the trailer does not look like that at all.
Yeah, I agree. Also, what do you think about all of the discussion surrounding the Andy redesign? Because there was a lot of similar conversations with that character from Incredibles 2 that got remade.
Oh, Violet's boyfriend.
Yeah,
Honestly, I don't really care about Andy's redesign. I'll be honest with you. Of all, like, I'm not like defending it. I'm just saying it's not something that bothered me. What about you? Do you think
I mean,
anything
I
about
find it off-putting that he looks remotely nothing like Andy from the previous 3 movies, and I understand that, like, we've had this discussion multiple times. I know that technology has advanced and whatever, and they can make people look more realistic, but I don't know. At least have some consistency, because like I think in Toy Story 3 they perfectly nailed that balance between like maintaining the old look of Andy from the first movie and kind of aging him up, but also still having an element of realism to it.
Mm-hmm. Thank you for the super chat, VHS Gamer 99. We will definitely also talk about the Disney Fox deal. Want to talk about Drake and Josh for a minute?
Yeah,
do you monsters?
I'll try.
So what? There's been some rumors that this is going to be like a reboot or something.
Yeah,
What's up with that?
Drake Bell and Josh Peck were photographed with their lawyers outside of Viacom's headquarters. If that's not an indicator of something, I don't know what is. But yeah, basically, and I think Drake Bell did like an interview on a red carpet too, where he's like, "Yeah, basically, we're pitching this idea of a Drake and Josh reboot around with slightly more adult elements."
Like a Nick at Night show?
Yeah, I guess. Well, obviously because they are adults now.
They are? How can we be sure?
Before I even heard the news about like the rumors of them wanting to age it up, I made a tweet saying like, yeah, Drake becomes an EDM DJ after realizing that there's no more mainstream rock music, and Josh works for the Oprah Winfrey Network.
Josh works for OWN. I can see it. Yeah, I mean, like the thing is, I mean, Drake and Josh is good, but like, did their performances make Drake and Josh, or did the writing make Drake and Josh? I honestly would probably
think it's their
say
performances.
Performances, yeah. Because
Yeah.
like the thing is, Drake and Josh really isn't that different from like a typical sitcom. A lot of the same stuff that happens to like Drake with his like girlfriend woes, it's not like too far removed from Jerry Seinfeld like dumping a girl because of benign thing, like like the obnoxious laugh girl and other stuff like that. Like, it kind of feels very sitcom-y.
Yeah,
and I mean, I like Drake and Josh. I'm not like dissing it, but I do agree that I think maybe it was something in the performances and the chemistry and everything.
Well, yeah, I take deep notice in the fact that towards the beginning of the series, it's so traditional sitcom. It's so formulaic, and Drake and Josh, although they had previous experience working together on the Amanda Show, really didn't have that chemistry. And I think that that's maybe a part of the show having a bit of an unintended arc to it, in the way that boom, Drake and his mom are now living with Josh and his dad, and they know each other from around school, but they're not really the best of friends. But as the series progresses, they really do develop a strong chemistry and hone in on their performances are so much better and so much in line with what I imagine with their characters. So yeah, and they do become friends. So yeah, I'm very intrigued at the aspect of there being a reboot. Like, people mentioned in the chat, without the producer, I'm not sure how that would creatively affect things. But
I mean,
I do think it comes down to the performances. Like, I think Josh Peck is really underrated in terms of having an unbelievably physical performance with everything that he does and exaggerating certain words. Like, I think Josh is easily one of the best parts of the show.
Real quick, just to acknowledge Brostachio Survivors $2
It says Broke Shock Show.
Oh. All right, listen, I think we've established I'm illiterate, so did you not see the Kids' Choice Awards video recast?
I think someone questioned that, saying, did we vote for the Kids' Choice Awards this year? And yes, we did. I think it was recast 30.
Yeah. Anyway, favorite Curb Your Enthusiasm or Seinfeld episode? I don't know, man. There's a lot of really good Seinfeld episodes.
I like Festivus.
The Festivus one. That's pretty good. This is an early one. I mean, it's probably not my favorite, but there's an early one where George and Jerry meet Elaine's father. He's like this really stern dude, and George can't stop singing show tunes. At any rate, hey Leia. What were we talking about? Drake and Josh rival.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, no, the only like honestly, I think Dan Schneider's writing style is pretty easy to emulate. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying that he doesn't have some talent, because clearly, I mean, he's able to create successful shows, but
might have
any
lost
rocket
that spark in
science.
recent years, but
yeah. But the only thing that worries me is that Drake and Josh, like behind the scenes in the past like 10 years or whatever, like they have not really remained close. And like I feel like their chemistry, that might affect their chemistry. Like I'm not saying they can't, obviously they're actors, they act, but if we're saying that the show was made on their chemistry and the bond that they had from the Amanda Show and then they grew with over the show, hopping back into it, I don't know, could be awkward, especially because Josh has been a bit more successful. Drake's had some issues apparently.
Yeah, because Josh Peck has a YouTube channel and I watch his videos sometimes, and they they talk about he's made some more videos with Drake recently, but yeah, they talk about how they used to spend insanely long days on set, like several hours, like way early in the morning until way late at night, and even after filming, they'd go hang out with each other, play games, hop over to someone's apartment, but yeah, like you mentioned, they really haven't spent too much time together. I don't think that it'll affect it that much, but you never know.
Thanks for another super chat, Alyssa. I don't hate Superman. I don't find him that interesting. That's all. I know there's like defenses to that argument, and that's fine. I just personally don't find him as interesting as like Batman or Spider-Man or Iron Man. Thank you very much for the super chat, CR Martin. Detective Pikachu, Sonic, or Dance Dance Revolution? Which movie are you looking forward to the most? And yes, wow, he read my mind there.
Yeah, same
and yes,
here.
DDR has a film adaptation coming soon. Very weird. PS, enjoyed the super chat. Thank you, CR Martin.
You.
Well, I'm excited for Detective Pikachu. I don't like Sonic, and Dance Dance Revolution. I don't. I guess it's just gonna be like a dance movie, but like mixed in with some like nerd culture thing.
If I'm being entirely honest, I can't really say I'm looking forward to Dance Dance Revolution because until you mentioned it a minute ago, I had no idea that it existed. I'm not really looking forward to Pikachu or Sonic either. I'm curious into how Pikachu is going to be executed. Sonic, I don't have very high hopes for.
Was that a pun, my friend?
Unintentionally. Yeah. Absolutely. But yeah, and then in terms of Dance Dance Revolution, I refuse to watch it unless they feature the song Every Time We Touch by Cascada.
I think they need that one Butterfly song.
I'm not sure I know that one.
It's like a K-pop Listen, I don't know. It's the only song I ever danced to as a child in DDR. I'm not. I think really, if they were gonna make a DDR movie, they should have based it on Mario Mix. But that's just me personally.
Yeah.
Fox and Disney and Scariness.
Oh, yeah. As of midnight last night, apparently that merger is now official.
Mm-hmm.
Disney owns Family Guy now.
Hey, CR Martin knows the song I'm talking about. Yeah, it's weird. I mean, people have been tweeting out like Disney has this like banner now where it's like Deadpool and Elsa and Mickey
and Homer.
Yeah, Bart.
Or it was like Bart, yeah.
It's like, what is happening?
Donald Glover.
Yeah, when does Disney own Donald Glover? When did that happen?
Atlanta.
The Lion King?
I think it's Atlanta because that's an FX show.
Huh. Well, yes. Oh, yeah, that's true. It is an FX show. And I mean,
Shape of Water.
Yeah. It's just
as if they're not trying to brag that they own everything. Because that's pretty much everything. That's the current pop culture lexicon.
We don't need to dwell on this because we talked about it last week, and we talk about it every week of like the encroaching Disney nightmare.
Right.
But yeah, it is worth noting that it did finally go through. So yeah, let's answer a few questions. Just some random questions because we've talked about some news. Let's see from the Discord. Have you guys ever watched Ren and Stimpy? If so, what are your favorite episodes? Monsters?
I've watched a little bit. I don't really have a favorite episode. The only moment that stands out to me is the Happy Happy Joy Joy song, because they used to replay that clip during commercial breaks on Nicktoons all the time.
And that's from Mike, by the way. Yeah, no, I'm not a Ren and Stimpy fan. Haven't seen much of it. Not interested. Thank you for the super chat, Ryan's Treasures. Pieguy, do I own Gravity Falls complete series? Not yet, my friend, but soon. Thank you for reminding me that exists. Do you own that, Monsters?
I do not.
Funny you mentioned Gravity Falls. We might have something about that later on in the cast. Nicholas Walker, thank you for the super chat. Plans on recast discussion on He-Man and She-Ra, The Secret of Sword film, and She-Ra, the Princess of Power. We definitely want a She-Ra recast. It's just, I guess I have to see it, or one of us has to see it.
If you guys just heard that bounce noise, that's because we have a special guest.
Hey.
Oh, hey.
Hi.
It's Leia from Toon Ruins.
It's Runes, but yes.
Runes.
What's she gonna name her channel? Toon Ruin?
Oh my god. No, listen. We're not even gonna get into that. The reason why I came in here is because you said you don't like Sonic.
Oh god. Here we go.
Oh no.
Listen, I said it when we do the recast on like Sonic episodes. There's gonna be like a battle royale happening in the community, the cartoon community. Who's gonna be the guest on it?
All right, we got a super chat
know.
from Jonathan Marks, and they say, "Monster, do you really hate Dexter's Lab?" I don't hate it. I just don't like it nearly as much as everything else that Genndy Tartakovsky's made.
Leia, since you're here,
Yes.
what about Toy Story 4 excites you?
The lore that's
Oh,
supposedly. Listen, don't even give me that. You know.
Here we go.
You know, most of my content consists of theories, and I am already in the midst of writing a video for the trailer, and so far the doc name is Toy Sentience, so you can guess where that's going.
Okay, so you'll want Toy Story 4 for the ad revenue. That's understandable.
No, I don't expect the video to do well. I expect it to get like half of what I normally get, so I'm not doing it for that. I'm doing it because Toy Story was like my favorite Pixar movie growing up, and I'm just like, oh, are we finally going to get some answers as to why they have all of these unspoken rules? I don't know, man. I'm just like, I'm just excited for the lore personally, but
I mean, of elements of the film, that's the one I'm looking forward to. That's the one like new idea that they prominently showed off.
Key and Peele seem pretty cool too.
We have a super chat from a guy named Crystal. This isn't a question, but the recast has been my favorite podcast new over the past 6 months. Keep up the great work. Thank you very much. That means a lot.
Thank you. That does mean a lot.
Thoughts on the KCA gonna have a SpongeBob musical surprise from the A Games 10 on YouTube? I didn't hear about this.
Well, yeah, apparently, there was an article that said that they'll feature a SpongeBob musical surprise, and I think it is in some ways going to be tied to Sweet Victory.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was thinking like from the SpongeBob musical.
Yeah, on our Discord, Norbert said perhaps as an apology for the Super Bowl.
They're just gonna show the Super Bowl instead of the KCAs. That's the apology.
Yeah, that's true.
No, honestly, I feel like I have to, or one of us, or both of us have to watch the KCAs so we can talk about it, like on the next recast.
Do I have to watch 2 hours of DJ Khaled giving awards to people?
I mean, if you like DVR it and skip through the commercials, it's like 10 minutes long.
That's true.
Bro Chacho Survivor says
Bro Statue
says favorite Land Before Time sequel.
I don't know. There's so many of them.
The one with Chomper.
Yes, that's what I was gonna say too. I think that's 4.
I don't remember which one it is, but that one's my favorite one. It's either 3 or 4.
That's the one where they're singing about like the deep, deep water, I think.
Yes. It's so good.
Did you watch the League of Legends Simpsons episode? What?
Maybe a recast between that and more of World of Warcraft. on South Park.
Oh, God. Hey, yeah, let's compare absolute beauty and perfection to
um,
whatever The
South
Simpsons is
Park?
now.
big news that we forgot to talk about. Nick Splat rebranding into Nick Rewind.
Yes.
Yeah, that's I have a lot to say about that. Nick Splat, or as I should call it now, Nick Rewind, has rebranded so much. Because they were 90s are all that a few years ago. Then they became The Splat. Then they became Nick Splat, and now they're Nick Rewind. And in doing that, they've changed their font a lot of times, and I guess now they've completely changed their kind of block mission. Because in a way, the 90s are all that, and the Splat were basically just 90s exclusive blocks. The Splat opened up the horizon a bit more, but now it seems like this Nick Rewind thing is going to encompass everything from the earliest Nickelodeon shows up until they showed like iCarly and Big Time Rush in their promo video. And
Really?
And Big Time Rush only ended like 5 or so years ago. And they claim it's a part of the childhood of the people watching.
They claim.
They claim. Your favorite show. No, but topical. But yeah, I mean, I'm not a big fan of this rebrand because I'm a pretty vocal supporter of the fact that it's always been a 90s block, and I think the Nicktoons Network channel, or Nicktoons, is a good place to house those shows, and it shouldn't just be a Nick leftover channel like it basically is now.
I real quick, I just want to acknowledge we got 2 super chats. One from Tim, who says, "Ever seen Honey, I Shrunk the Kids?"
Of course.
I think I might have when I was young. I don't remember. And then Maxwell Shapiro says, "I've got some future guest suggestions for you guys: Saberspark, Mr. Enter, Sean Candler. Some call me Johnny." Ooh, man, I wish we could get some call
I
me
think
Johnny.
you meant to say Sean Chandler, but yeah.
Oh, all right, listen.
Just correct.
Yeah, those are all good suggestions. And also,
Alyssa Swain.
thoughts on the Titans live action series? I don't know. Maybe I should see it. I'm not sure.
I'm not watching it.
I'm not watching it. Yeah, no, Big Time Rush wasn't bad. I don't think it was bad. Criticize me all you want. It's not a bad show. Say what you want about Scott Fellow's animated series, but Ned's Declassified and Big Time Rush are pretty decent.
Well, that's our show. No, no, I heard a ding. We have someone here.
Enter.
Hello.
It's Nikki.
Nikki, the imaginative artist.
No, it's Mabel, obviously from Gravity Falls.
Nikki, don't get people started on that again, please.
Next
Sorry.
week.
Is that a thing?
Yeah, Nikki sounds like Mabel from Gravity Falls. Definitely.
I can see that. Christian Shawl.
Yeah.
Troll.
Nikki sounds like Mabel, and I sound like Sadie. Those are the 2 things that we get the most.
No, Nikki doesn't sound like Mabel. She sounds like that girl from Bob's Burgers, who's also voiced by Christian Shaw.
That's what Alpha told me as well. It's like, I actually sound like more like that girl from
Louise.
Bob's Burgers. I'm like, really? And I'm like, oh, because they're voiced by the same actress.
Not Tina.
That's funny, Monsters, because I think you sound like Tina.
You think I sound like Tina? Do I sound just like Tina?
Yes, now talk about boys.
Oh, okay.
Thanks for the super chat, CR Martin. Why are you rewarding this? Before we get back to news and questions, Nikki, people had a lot of nice things to say about your art, so...
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Ah, thank you guys. I'm glad you like it. There'll be more little updates along the way, though. So keep in mind, it's not 100%, but it's mostly complete. Like, it might add more stuff to the shelves and more goodies.
Yeah. Yeah, points to anyone if they can come up with like all the references up on the shelf and everything.
Yeah.
They're all references to old recast episodes.
Someone submitted news. Our very anticipated The Substitute reality show on Nickelodeon is premiering on April 1st. How fitting.
I hope it's a joke. I hope the whole show's
The guest star is Jace Norman, so I guess they're going to have Jace Norman be a substitute teacher. Because kids won't recognize who he is, right?
Yeah, but is Jace Norman like that big a celebrity? Like, Like, if you don't watch Henry Danger, he's just some guy, right? Like, is he on anything else?
Not that I know of. I mean, also, I don't think he looks old enough to be a teacher.
He could be a cool teacher.
Yeah.
Me?
Mr. Danger.
Mr. Leia, how would you feel if Kid Danger came to your classroom?
I would probably jump out the window. How's that for danger?
Oh, what's up, Danger?
Like,
I
what's
wouldn't
up,
even
Danger?
say anything. I would just walk out.
They should get the kid that's going to do the unboxing series to dress up like a teacher, like the 6-year-old.
Oh no.
Yeah,
Yeah.
scrap all the plans for today's lessons, kids. Today we're gonna unbox this new Lego set.
Do you guys remember when Nick Cannon had a show about like taking over something
Uh,
back in the 90s?
I think so.
I think it was early 2000s, actually. That's what this reminds me of for some reason, and that show wasn't very good either. But yeah, I don't know. This is probably gonna be one of those things that Nick does and then like forgets about in a month.
They're definitely gonna promote it on the Kids' Choice Awards featuring DJ Khaled.
Yeah, I
What
got
if
the keys
DJ
to more
Khaled
success. We're gonna
came
talk
to your
about The
school?
Substitute. It's a new show on Nickelodeon. Major key alert.
Nickelodeon should really like put more energy into glitch tech, like high key.
Yeah. Oh, you mean like by
And
talking about it
general.
at all?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like they need to talk about it because I'm pretty sure like most people don't know that that's a thing.
Mm. Yeah, I feel like Jace Norman. I mean, nothing against him. Like, he seems like a really genuinely cool dude. But like, if you want to sell me on this like this reality prank show, right, where a celebrity comes and pretends to be a teacher and then like blows kids' minds that he's a celebrity. The first episode, my pick wouldn't be Jace Norman, right?
Yeah.
Like you'd want to lead with like Chris Pratt or like The
John
Rock
Cena.
or, yeah, John, like someone that people, even a meme, even like John Cena, like someone that kids know from memes or something. Like just someone that would like honestly, like if I saw
DJ
Jace
Khaled.
Norman, if I,
I knew he was gonna say that as soon as.
oh my god, and no one say Dan Schneider, please. Thanks for the super chat again, Alyssa. I have not seen that comic.
I have also not seen that comic.
Is the cat my cat? Yes, the cat up there is my cat Nano. People, I saw a few people in the chat getting the reference. Obviously, that's Plank. Obviously, that's the Omnitrix. That is a pie, I believe, right in front of the Omnitrix. And then the squid is.
It is not from Courage. It is not Squidward.
Everywhere is squid.
Yeah.
Even on the recap.
Oh.
Also,
I had-
every DVD beneath that on the shelf, those are all mine.
I was gonna say we could do something like cheeky and have like each of us have a shelf on the DVD rack.
No, they're all mine.
Okay, all right. Well, if they're all yours, I'm gonna...
When I was drawing it, I was like, shoot, what should I fill the shelf? So like at the moment, I just put a couple colorful DVDs. So I'm pretty sure DVDs are not that colorful. So like, because like if I just do blue, it'll just look like Blu-rays, for example. It'll all just be blue blocks.
Half of that
So-
shelf is filled with my toilet water filled Planet Sheen complete series DVD.
No, I'm gonna go in and label them. There's gonna be Sausage Party, Planet Sheen, Big
Oh,
Mouth
no.
on
Drake
DVD,
and Josh.
No.
Planet, another copy of Planet Sheen.
Yeah.
Sonic 06,
One
but
without
just
toilet water.
scenes.
Oh my.
Oh no, Pieguy has DVDs. I just didn't let him bring any onto the set. Those are all mine.
If he brings them, you just throw
Those
them
are
away.
all mine.
You flush them down the toilet if he brings any.
That's fine. I'm switching to digital anyway. It's okay. Don't worry about it.
He's cutting the cord.
All right. More questions, guys. Also, thank you, Nikki and Leia, for being here. Glad
Yeah,
you guys
thank
No
you,
popped
guys.
problem. I just got home from class, so that's why I couldn't come when you guys started, but
in. Oh, no problem.
You know.
What if the Kids' Choice Awards play sicko mode?
What's thoughts on?
Yes.
This is an interesting question. From Khalid Larkins. What are your thoughts on 4Kids? 4Kids is the dubbing.
That was like the successor to Foxbox.
Well, it's not just a block. They were a company that they were responsible for the dub of Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh.
Also,
and...
like ridiculously over censoring things.
Right. Like that's the legacy they're known for. I mean, I will give them credit in that without them, we might not have had like Yu-Gi-Oh or Pokemon might have been completely different. I mean, I know people like don't like the random changes they made to Pokemon, and I agree, but like we could have had a worse censorship where they censored like all the action scenes.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know. Like I think they're an important part of the history of anime in America.
Yeah,
like them or not.
And I do think some of the criticisms of them are a bit petty. Like, I don't know. Like, I remember there was like a screenshot that used to always go around where like they replaced a gun with like a lollipop or something, but the gun really didn't have any. Like, I don't think the gun really had too much effect on it. No, like meaning like replacing the gun with a lollipop didn't affect the plot or just like feeling that you'd get from it either way.
I feel like you might be thinking of replacing the cigarettes with lollipops. Because replacing the gun with they did
Maybe.
finger guns. That's what they did on Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah.
Thank you for the super chat, Jonathan Marks. Johnny Bravo is a pretty good show, although I haven't seen it in a while, to be honest. I've seen only a few episodes.
Question: would Johnny Bravo exist in today's climate?
Listen.
Mhm.
I'm sick of people posing that because we got a movie of like a year or two ago that's about like a dude in his underwear hanging out with children. Okay, and like that's if Captain Underpants is allowed to exist in today, like we're not that sensitive. Like you know what I mean? Like
No, it's just the sentence I would never think I would ever have to hear if Captain Underpants can exist in today's society.
listen.
Well, I mean, the whole thing with Johnny Bravo is that he constantly harasses women, but I mean, in most cases, he gets punished worse than what he did in the first place.
Right.
Like, that's the thing,
Yeah,
like,
so I think it's fine.
he'll catcall a woman and then she'll like slap him and kick him like 2 miles away.
Right. Like the whole thing is that he's pathetic. Like,
And he
I
still
mean-
lives with his mom and everything. He has no friends.
I mean, I guess I would say, well, his
Susie.
best friend, like a 6-year-old girl. No, I mean, Johnny Bravo probably wouldn't exist in terms of like being on Cartoon Network or something, but easily on like Netflix or Adult Swim or something.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, there was that Johnny Bravo Goes to Bollywood movie too. That was like a few years back. That never aired in America.
Here's a question from NBC Michachu. Mekachu. For some reason, I don't know.
It's all good.
Yeah. My apologies if you've been asked this before. I was wondering what shows you remember watching when you were younger. Don't hear talked about much in present day, and feel should be talked about more. Rocko's Modern Life.
Yeah, that's a good one. And
Like,
Camp
I-
Lazlo.
I have
Laszlo.
like a bunch. Do you guys remember Cat Scratch?
Yeah.
Oh
Yes.
God, no.
I loved that show. When I think probably because there just wasn't a lot of cartoons with cats in them where they weren't turned evil. Like Mr. Blick was evil,
Yeah.
but like
But Waffles and Gordon.
Waffles and Gordon were good boys. So it's just
Did not like that show. Mm-mm.
I only liked it I think because cats and also the butler was pretty great.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think what other shows did I like. I really liked Chowder.
Chowder's good. That's a good
Flapjack
example.
was really good. Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends was one of my favorites. And then
I
but my
have a-
favorite
Yeah.
that nobody talks about is My Life as a Teenage Robot. That was my favorite cartoon growing up.
Yes. That was my favorite as well. Holy cow. Honestly, that show, like, if I had to say out of those shows of reboot, maybe Life as a Teenage Robot should be rebooted as well.
Well, there's like a fan
Maybe.
reboot of that.
There is actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Rob Renzetti, the guy who was doing it, he like people ask him all the time on Twitter if he can reboot it, but he's like, yeah, obviously I don't own the property, but here's like an unofficial fan one that's been working on, and the animation's actually pretty good for it being like a totally on the side fan animation thing.
Ooh. A TV show that I want to be or at least rediscuss was a TV show I loved as a kid as well. It was like the Madeline series they show on.
Oh yes,
FHE
based on the
or
books.
Dick.
The what
Huh?
series?
Madeline.
Oh, Madeline.
Madeline, yeah. You ever watch your series? I mean, obviously it's kind of like a little girl show, but but like I think it kind of remind. I'm on.
I
Okay.
think Nikki got called away. Oh.
Hold on, let me just mute myself.
I
Myself.
have vague memories of that show.
Yeah.
There was what was this one show? I can't remember it. It was of this green girl and this blue girl, and they like the blue girl
Making
was really
Fiends?
happy. Yes.
Yeah. I
that
didn't
was a
like
good
that
show
show.
too.
That show originated on a service called TurboNick, which was Nickelodeon's first streaming, and one of the early like video streaming, like dedicated to a network sites, basically. Yeah, I don't know. It was weird. It had like a very like Invader Zim vibe, I guess.
Yeah, very I don't know, like
Very cynical.
yeah, very cynical. That's a good word to describe it. That one like antagonistic character was very, very mean, whereas the other one was very happy-go-lucky.
Yeah. No one talks about that show though.
That is true. It was
Yeah.
fairly short.
And no one talks about Mr. Meaty, but that's for good reason.
Mr. Meaty is like
I love Mr.
No,
Meaty.
not Mr.
I love
Meaty.
Mr. Meaty
Love
too.
Mr.
I
Meaty.
think that's an unpopular opinion, but I love that show just
Yeah.
because of how bizarre it is.
Well, I think like I went back and watched it a couple months ago. It's like it falls into so bad that it's good territory.
Exactly. I went back like last year and I watched all of the episodes because like the tapeworm episode was the only one I remembered.
Oh.
It was the tapeworm one and the one where Parker turns into a girl. Those are the
Yeah.
two that I remember, and they were both awful, and they were still as awful when I rewatched them, but awful in a good way.
The most recent one I watched was where there was like a body part in like the fryer or something.
Oh, yeah, you showed us that one. I don't know who we were with, but I think it was me and Shadow.
Oh, was it the nose? The nose in the fryer?
I think it was like
know
an
what you're
arm.
talking about.
I don't know.
It was like there was a nose ring, dude. I don't
Yeah.
know. Listen, if you're sitting here listening to this podcast and you're like, what are they talking about?
Don't
It's a
watch
show
it.
called Mr. Meaty that aired like very early 2000s on Nickelodeon. Is a puppet show that it literally lasted like a few months and no one ever talked about it again because it was like this weird gross out show, but they could get away with it because it was puppets or something. I don't know. It must have been. I swear this show was made by like two guys at like some community college. Like
It came from Canada. It was a Canadian imported
oh,
show.
well, now that explains a lot. It
Does
doesn't
it?
really.
No.
No, not at all.
Yeah, it was on like Nick Picks Volume 4 or 5. It's very
God.
obscure.
Okay, other questions?
What do you think of Google Stadia? I don't think it's gonna be a giant success because it requires good internet, and I don't have that.
Yeah, I think most people don't. So it's probably not going to be as successful as Google is assuming it's going to be, unless they also announce their own internet service.
Well, they already
So-
have one. They have Google Fiber,
Do
but it's
they?
but it's in like 5 cities.
Yeah,
It's-
because they
Wow.
get blocked by a lot of local government. Yay.
Yeah.
Hey, America.
Yeah, and like that's the thing too. In their conference, they were like, "Okay, guys, it's low latency." Which, by the way, there were like journalists that did demos, and there was a lot of latency. And then they were also like, "We're gonna start at 4K and then expand to 8K later." Like, who has the capability of doing that? I don't know.
Well. Yeah, no, I beats me. I didn't see the presentation. I'm not interested. I own all 3 consoles now and Steam, so I'm good. I'm full up. Any opinions on the show Dan versus? Guys?
I haven't
I've
seen
seen
it.
it.
I've been asked
Is
to
that-
see it multiple times.
Is that the one with the really angry dude that does everything out of spite?
Yes.
Okay, I've seen like 5 episodes of it, and I liked what I saw, but I'm like so far behind on cartoons that I need to watch that I haven't really seen that much of it. But from what I saw, I did like it.
That reminds me. Everyone, please shame Leia for not watching Spider-Verse yet.
Listen,
Oh.
I knew you were gonna bring that up.
Oh.
Yeah, you're gonna bring the hammer down on me. Why did you do this? I still also haven't watched Gravity Falls, so if we're going all out on this,
Well, you hang out with Nikki, so you get the gist.
Jonathan
what was-
Marks super chat thoughts on Two Stupid Dogs.
I never watched it. I thought it was kind of dumb looking.
I disagree. I think it looks awesome. It's very much one of those shows that was kind of.
It was a Ren and Stimpy knockoff.
Do you think so?
I mean, from the promos, it looked exactly like that, which I didn't like that show either. So
yeah, it was. Yeah, it's an interesting show. I do like the way it looks. I like the character design. It was very much kind of caught up in that 90s era of Hanna-Barbera shows that were kind of not looked at in the greatest light. But no, I watched that and the Secret Scroll show, and I think that they're pretty decent.
Just for the record, I've seen Dan Versus, and I liked what I saw. I haven't seen a lot of it, but yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Norbert, I guess you cut this out, Monsters. Norbert asked, what did you guys think of Nickelodeon officially abolishing the SpongeBob
That's because
standard?
that's because
yeah.
we didn't talk about
Yeah.
it.
We did talk about this last week, but it had to get cut for just reasons. Norbert is referring to, you sent us, I think it was an article that
It was like a Viacom press release.
Right, or one of the people from Viacom mentions that they're not going to like cancel a show as soon as it comes up or something. I mean, I don't know that because they had never officially had the SpongeBob standard. It was always just like behind the scenes. That's what we kind of felt was going on, and Sima seemed to confirm it. But I mean, it's good that they want to give shows a little bit longer of a chance. But then they're also saying they don't want shows to have tons of seasons. So like, I don't know.
Yeah, very interesting.
There's definitely interesting stuff going on in that behind the scenes at Nickelodeon.
For sure.
VHS Gamer with the super chat, Buzz Lightyear the series and House of Mouse. Well, you know, Monsters loves House of Mouse.
I love House of Mouse. I think Nikki loves House of Mouse too. I don't think Nikki's here, but yeah.
Yes, I do. Does. Pie, that was horrific.
Buzz Lightyear the series. I used to watch that, but I always found it off-putting that it was Buzz Lightyear in 2D.
I never saw it. I've only ever seen like previews and stuff. I liked House of Mouse when I was younger.
Yeah, I think I saw House of Mouse, but it was when I was super young, so I don't really remember it. I've seen out of context like clips of it on Twitter, and it's really funny. But yeah, I haven't seen it recently, so I don't really remember it that much.
I'm telling you, all these Disney live action movies, they're gonna culminate in the Avengers, but it's gonna be House of Mouse live action.
That's the only Disney live action I'll watch.
Mickey comes out with like an eye patch, like this disturbingly like CG Mickey that kind of looks like Detective Pikachu. He comes out and he's like, "I'm forming a house." Welcome to the House Initiative.
He looks like the live action Sonic, but a mouse.
Oh God!
We're gonna be real powerful, ha ha!
Gonna be the ultimate cameo.
Oh.
Who's that old man, Stanley? Ha
ha!
Soon.
It's gonna be a crossover between Avengers Endgame and Wreck-It Ralph 2 and Lego Movie.
I'll probably also put
Just
Star
everyone.
Wars in there too, because they own Star Wars now.
There's just like freaking Obi-Wan hanging out in the back of the house.
Yeah.
Here's like the bad thing: they could also have Peter Griffin there too if they want.
Yes.
But remember, this is the live action cinematic universe, so it's live action Peter Griffin.
Oh, good lord!
Yeah, live action Peter Griffin, live action Homer Simpson, live action Bob Belcher, all together.
And just some of the characters from Always Sunny to make it as an.
Yeah.
Danny DeVito.
Dee and Frank. Yeah.
Sure. Okay. What do you think of the Nick Jr. show Allegra's Window from Super Disney Fan?
Isn't Allegra like a over-the-counter drug?
It's Allegro.
Oh.
Or is it? Wait. No, it's Allegra. What's your opinion on it, Leia?
I don't even know what it is.
Okay. All right. That's fine. Yeah, I don't know what it is either. I think I was too old. From the person whose name I always have a difficulty pronouncing. Do you remember Noah Knows Best? Thank you for the super chat, and I've never heard of it.
I've never heard of it either.
I also have not heard of it.
Noah might know best, but we don't know Noah.
We don't know a Noah.
Mm-hmm. Any thoughts on Cuphead coming to Switch? I mean, it's cool, but I already have it, so.
Yeah, I have it on PC, so I'm probably not going to buy it again.
Yeah, I mean, that's
don't
nice.
have it, but it looked. I never got it because it looked really difficult, and
It
don't
is
like
really
challenges.
difficult. I only got to the second part of Inkwell, so I'm not doing it. I got to the genie and I rage quit, and I haven't opened it for like 6 months.
Did he look like Will Smith?
No, unfortunately, if he had Will Smith's face, I probably would have been able to get through it.
Oh my god. Okay. Thanks.
Easier to destroy.
Thanks to Story Arc on Discord, they posted in our general live chat a picture of. There was actually an artist depiction of what Mickey would look like in the live-action Sonic style,
Oh,
and it
no.
looks very creepy. I want to erase that from my mind.
Okay. Alyssa, I have not seen. I don't know whether you're talking about a comic or.
I think it's a direct-to-DVD movie where it's like the teen. It's
Justice
not
League versus Teen Titans.
Yeah, so it's not like it's not like
not
the
our
Teen
Teen
Titans.
Titans.
Yeah, it's like the direct-to-DVD Titans that are like older and more adult.
Hashtag not my Titans.
Oh, okay. Norbert says, No One Knows Best was a Clarissa Explains It All ripoff that aired on Nickelodeon in 2000 that only aired 8 out of its 13 episodes.
All
Yeah,
right, well,
no wonder
never
we don't
mind any
remember
of
it.
that. Johnny Test. Johnny Test.
This is the life of a boy named Johnny Test.
Whip sound effect.
The boy's best friend is a talking dog.
Who changed
Pretty-
voices.
I love how the announcer says that, or the singer says that. It's like he's just like yeah, I don't know. What do you want from this kid? His best friend's a freaking dog.
And the
that
boy's
talks.
best
Like,
friend is a talking dog.
Like, what else do you have to say about him?
Yeah. Oh, man.
Is your best friend a talking dog, Monsters? I don't think it is.
It's not.
If my best friend was a talking dog, I would know that I finally lost it.
You know how else you'd know that? If you were watching Johnny Test.
Yeah,
That's
so
a fair point.
the reason why we bring up Johnny Test is because apparently one of the companies that produced it is... Rumor has it they're going to start uploading web shorts to their YouTube channel that are like mini Johnny Test episodes.
God.
And they had this really abstract teaser where it just had the silhouettes and it's like, coming soon, no release date. Johnny Test on our YouTube channel, brand new things.
You just can't kill Canadian animation. Whether it's
Yeah.
Total Drama Island or 16 or Johnny Test, it's gonna find some way to come back. It might be in political statements,
Yeah.
or it might be in a toddler
God.
series. You
Couldn't
don't
have said
know.
it
Flip
better.
a coin. Is it gonna be too adult or too childish?
Yeah.
It's just gonna be one long, drawn-out whip sound effect.
I want to know who Johnny Test is gonna support in the 2020 election. That's what I want to know.
I know.
No.
Does Johnny Test endorse Justin Trudeau?
No, Johnny Test endorses himself. Let's be real here.
yeah.
I
If
feel
he-
like there
if he
probably
would
is an
endorse
episode.
anyone,
Johnny becomes the president?
No,
Very
I'm
true.
pretty sure that's an episode, right?
it
Isn't
wouldn't
it?
surprise me.
Johnny,
There's like a-
President Johnny.
There's an episode of Johnny Test for everything, let's be honest.
Well, we were
Yeah.
looking at episode titles the other day to figure out if we want to do a Johnny Test recast, which might be happening. Maybe we don't know.
Yeah.
Lord.
All the Johnny Test titles are like, I'd say puns, but they're not. They're just Johnny in the title. Sometimes they're puns. Sometimes they're just like Pirate Johnny.
Yeah.
Something.
I feel like that show is on for so long
Yeah.
that
Well,
they just it's overstayed its welcome.
That's the legacy. That's the thing. Like, here's the thing. Okay. I watched, when it was on Kids BB, I watched the first season. I think maybe
Yeah.
the second season might have even been on. I didn't mind it. Like, it wasn't my favorite show, but I didn't find anything, like, objectionable. It was not Coconut Fred's Fruit Salad Island, I'll tell you that much.
No, that's for sure. Yeah.
It wasn't Big Fat Mini Zucchini.
But, like, the reason why Johnny Test got the, like, hatedom and the infamy around it is because it lasted for so many seasons. Like, it ended, had a finale, and then came back like for like 2 or 3 more seasons. And even when it was done, Cartoon Network would not let up airing it. Like, I'm not saying that the show is like overhated or like people are like making up how bad it is, because it is pretty bad. But I don't think people would talk about it as much or care if it wasn't for like Cartoon Network's weird insistence for like keeping the show around.
Exactly, and I mean, again, topical. I feel like this almost kind of plays into the negative reactions to Teen Titans Go, and that
Go Teen Titans, Teen Titans, Teen Titans,
Teen
go.
Titans Go, yeah.
That was actually literally just about to say that, like, Johnny Test was like our era's Teen Titans Go.
Yeah,
It
and-
was always on whenever you turn the TV
and that
on.
the show itself is not good. I mean, but it's not as bad as everyone says it is. But the schedule is really kind of what made people upset.
I just want to point out that my cat just took a big dump right when we were talking about Johnny Test. So.
Well, at least we know her opinion on it.
Yeah, Nana was a cat of taste, all right? I only allow her to watch Batman the Animated Series.
Oh my god.
And I think Connor knocked something down in the bathroom, like, as soon as we started talking about it, too. So both of our cats are cultured.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys talk to your cats like they're Dookie?
No.
No, listen, Connor only gets the finest of baby talk.
Does anyone here have genius sisters that use them like a lab rat?
And have an arch nemesis who's an overweight kid who has a lot of money in a private island.
I think you mean the human squash.
Yeah.
Human squash.
His head is a squash.
A human squash with the walking green screen around his neck.
Johnny Test's version of Mandark. Basically.
God, I thought you were gonna say Man Ray, and I was just like, how?
Jesse15 on YouTube asks, which podcast have you made that you fun making so far? Honestly,
The
we have a
10th
blast
anniversary
making all of
ones.
these.
I'd say, yeah, no, not to understate what you were saying. We have fun making all of them, but for me at least, I think the 10th anniversary ones are, you know, the most fun because we usually do some extra stuff that's cool and kind of, you know, not the usual.
Yeah, I would say probably the last live recast was really good, and then also the 20th and 30th ones. Not that the 10th one wasn't great, but we were still kind of getting used to the recast, and we were still getting used to having like 4 people on at once and like all this other stuff. So it was a little more chaotic. Whereas I think we kind of nailed it down a little more on the 20th and 30th. And also the 30th was really fun for the Kids' Choice Awards. Yeah. Also, the episodes that Nikki and Leo were on.
Yeah.
Yay.
Aww.
We got another super chat from Maxwell Shapiro, who says, one more because who needs money? Drake and Josh versus iCarly recast? I'll be honest, Huh?
iCarly.
Well, I think they're just asking if we'll do a recast.
Oh, okay.
But how dare you, first of all? I don't know. We might at some point. I have a whole series where I talk about Dan Schneider shows. I don't know that I want to talk about them even more.
If you want to hear more about Drake and Josh, I'll have a video coming out soon.
Soon.
You just got real close to your microphone for that, didn't you?
Yes. Next summer.
Did you guys already talk about the Disney buying Fox thing already?
We did.
Yeah.
But if you have anything to add, Nikki, feel free.
Well, like the thing is, when I first saw it on Twitter, like people were like kind of split. It was like Marvel fans, yes, finally my dreams come true. Deadpool with Captain America and X-Men now. Like I'm like cool. But then I saw on the other side, people were like saying like evil Disney corporation is going to consume us all, and
well, it is
that like apparently some people will get laid off. I saw a couple of them. I don't know if it's confirmed or not, but say like 4,000 people will lose their jobs because of this combination thing. But like, and I was telling my dad about this. And he said like, well, you know, that's kind of, it's not like this is evil Disney. This is what real companies do. Like when companies merge together, there will be some job losses. Well, that's what happened to my dad when he got laid off at HP when HP was merged with another company.
Well, let's also be real in that Fox was selling regardless who was buying. Like,
yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying this to defend Disney because Disney is encroaching on a scary amount of properties, but...
Oh, yeah. No, they terrify me.
Think about the amusement parks, too.
I don't know. I refuse. No, but like, yeah, layoffs we're gonna happen regardless of who it got sold to. I mean, if it got sold to no one, then everyone gets like,
yeah.
And plus they're like TV execs. Who cares about them? They're subhuman.
Bye.
There's some good Futurama jokes to educate yourself on the subject.
Yeah. Yep.
No, I mean that's a joke, of course. It's unfortunate for anyone to lose their job unless they're horrendously incompetent. If they're mildly incompetent, then some sympathy. But
mildly.
Disney buying Fox. Wait, there was something. Thoughts on James Gunn doing Suicide Squad 2 and Guardians of the Galaxy 3? Thanks for the super chat.
Yeah, this is interesting.
Yes, I'm glad he's back for Guardians 3. I don't even want to talk about the whole controversy and all. Like, it's just good to have him back for that. Honestly, if anyone could save Suicide Squad, it's probably James Gunn, but I have severe doubts.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's only going, like, you can only go up from Suicide Squad #1. So I'm sure he'll do at least a decent job of that. Which also, yeah, a DC job. Also, apparently, there's rumors that Will Smith is going to get replaced by Idris Elba because Will Smith doesn't want to do the second one. But that's besides the point. Guardians of the Galaxy 3, I'm glad that he's back working on it because it really is his baby. It's his franchise. But at the same time, I wasn't a fan of the second one. I'm not really... Endgame hasn't come out yet, so who knows what could happen at this point. But I'm just curious as to see where they could go on from here, especially with, characters popping in and out.
Guardians 2 was great. How dare you?
I thought it was one of the worst Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah. I thought the humor was so hit or miss for me.
We're gonna, at another time, we're gonna argue about this.
Okay.
Oh, I remember what I was gonna say, and someone actually linked this news article, or not news article, but like I guess news article, I don't know, about Kevin Feige, basically the overseer of the MCU, talking about how like Stan Lee was always standing for a certain message, and like they're putting this message into Marvel Cinematic Universe films, and like the thing is, I mean, movies have messages in them, all of them. Even Teen Titans Go to the Movies has messages in it. So to say that, like, it's bad that like Captain Marvel has a message, it's like that's kind of patently ridiculous because they all do. I mean, not that they can't be hijacked and become like a complete agenda film where it's like they don't care about quality, because they can. But just like when I was reading it, basically Feige kind of like, I don't know, he kind of interpreted Stan's words in a way that weren't necessarily like, I don't know how true or how much Stan would agree with it, but all I could really think when reading it was just like, it's already happening. Like, Disney controls so much, and like, sure, the message that they're putting out with the MCU might be positive, good messages. Like, they're not against them, but like, if Disney as a whole wants to put out a message, regardless of what that message is, it's just, they got the MCU, Star Wars, the live-action Disney movies, the animated Disney movies, the Pixar films, the Fox properties. Like, they can, if they want to push a message across, they can get it across. Like, I'm not trying to go conspiracy theory or anything. But like, if they have an agenda, it's a little scary.
Well, yeah, because if Disney controls anything, then they can kind of do mind control to like a certain extent, if you know what I'm talking about. Like,
don't sell it. Don't say mind control, because people are gonna dismiss
brainwashing.
No,
even worse.
It's not brainwashing, because it's not like science fiction mumbo jumbo.
But you know what I'm saying though. Like,
I do. No. I do. I just want to make sure the people at home know and don't think less of you, because you're correct. But it's not like Teen Titans Go to the Movies. Slade's gonna beam messages directly into your brain. It's just like
manipulation.
There's a good BoJack episode that breaks this down. But basically, like, if you see a certain thing become normal in a show or in a movie, and you see it enough, that thing just kind of becomes culturally normal. And in a lot of ways, that's great. Like, that's done a lot of great things for a lot of movements and a lot of people. But if there's a message or an idea that they don't want to get across, if they put that in, if they put some sort of judgment, like for some reason Disney doesn't want, I don't know, people getting married young, like, I'll just say that example, then they can put in all of their Fox sitcoms, like, couples arguing about getting married too young, and they can put it in Star Wars, and they can put it, like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. I've done a lot of research on the media and kind of cultural studies in that realm, and it really is insane, whether subliminal or blatantly obvious, how filmmakers and producers and creative storytellers can really push an agenda across and have it leave some sort of impact or effect on the viewer.
Mm-hmm. And my thing always, I mean, with like Captain Marvel, just kind of like, you know what? If you entertain me, like it's like being preachy and sending your message. That's the reward for entertaining me. Like if you've entertained me, then you've earned my time and my attention to whatever your cause, whatever your message is. That's how I see the trade-off. If you don't entertain me, if you're just trying to just do straight up preaching at me with no entertainment value, I don't think you've earned that, and I'm not going to take you seriously, no matter what your message is.
Yeah.
We have another super chat. Dexter's Lab and Jimmy Neutron recast? Maybe, although we have another Dexter's Lab and another show idea in mind.
Yeah.
Wow.
That is true.
Mhm.
Johnny Depp.
Not Johnny Test. Maybe. All right, we got about 9 minutes, and then we're going to head on into the Teen Titans Go to the Movies and Lego Batman discussion. So,
No.
No.
Monsters, I want you to look in the mirror and make a change.
Tell them that it's human nature. Why?
Who?
Why, Mom?
Why
Why?
did this just turn into that SpongeBob episode where Squidward is going into the past and he's in that white room?
SB129.
What?
Yeah,
I am all
that's literally
alone.
what this just turned into.
All right, well, anyway, questions, guys.
Future.
Who's
Oh, I just
scarier?
realized.
Who's scarier,
Oh,
Disney
sorry.
or Google?
Disney.
Google. We're reliant on Google for a lot of things. Like Disney controls entertainment, but like if Google were to say like, all right, we're gonna charge you for Google Maps, like
That's
What-
scary.
what's your
That's-
alternative?
okay.
You gonna go to Waze? Because I'll give you a hint. Google owns Waze too.
Well, I say Disney just because they control the media, and media can be an extremely dangerous thing, like Google does to some extent as well.
Google has infrastructure.
Google. Here's the thing. Google takes your information. Disney will push out information.
Well, here's another thing too.
If they ever hey, listen, if Disney and Google teamed up, that is a disturbing combination.
Oh yeah, no, I'd be real scared.
I trust Google more, and at least they don't like make it seem like they're villainous. Like they have a pretty good like public image, whereas Disney, it's like yeah,
You're too
outside of
good.
YouTube, you mean?
yeah, yeah.
Sorry, that's Alphabet. That's not Google, even though.
I was gonna say, if they're listening right now, you're gonna get demonetized.
Is Ralph Breaks the Internet the unholy combination of Google and Disney?
Oh no.
Mostly Disney, but
Mm.
I mean, they had an entire section dedicated to like, let's go to the Disney app.
Oh, that kind of reminds me. This is slightly related to Ralph Breaks the Internet, the Emoji Movie.
Rolf?
Roll.
Life has many
Life
doors,
has many
Ed
doors,
boy.
Ed boy.
Yeah, but yeah, no. So I was at Walmart a couple weeks ago, and they had like a section where it was like family friendly, like Christian movies, and on that shelf was
Oh,
the
no.
Emoji Movie.
Well,
Oh, that's not
Next
no.
to like
I just-
like you remember that movie The Star that came out like a few months ago? Like there was that there. There was like a bunch of direct-to-DVD religious movies, and then the Emoji Movie like straight up had like an entire shelf right there.
The guy who played the hand emoji was on this show a little while ago. I don't think it was Hot Ones. It was a
Star
different
Trek:
one.
The Next Generation.
What was the actor's name?
No. I don't remember. It was the guy who played the hand emoji.
TJ Miller.
I
Oh
have
no,
idea.
not T.J. Miller.
No, but he like said that it was like the worst movie he worked on, and it was great. Like I can't remember what it was, but they gave him like a list of things to list off of like 4 different things. He was on something with Gordon Ramsay, and he was just like, "Oh yeah, no, the Emoji Movie is the worst thing that I was ever in," and I was just like, at least he's self-aware.
We have a question from Plainly Gamer. Do you guys have a personal attachment to any cartoons or cartoon episodes? Monsters, No Planet Sheen.
Oh shucks.
I know. Miss Leia, would you like to say something?
I mean, I'm pretty sure y'all already know what I'm gonna say.
Which Pearl episode are you gonna bring up? That's the game we're gonna play.
Which
Oh, James Corden is the guy.
Yeah, no, that was him. That was him.
Huh.
Well, I mean, obviously, the cartoon I have the most attached to is Steven Universe. That Steven Universe. I can't even speak right
Steven
now.
Universidad.
It's just Steven Universidad.
Esteban Universidad.
I mean, I'm not gonna keep it. I'm not gonna make it real long. Just
We got
because
5 minutes.
Yeah, no. So I mean, I have a video talking about it already, but essentially, like the episode that I have the most connection with is Rose's Scabbard, and that was the episode that made me start watching Steven Universe. I just have a lot of connection to Pearl. As like anybody who knows me or my channel knows, I have a lot of connection to her because of the mental health themes. And that episode just really touched me on an emotional level. And obviously, like I kept watching the show. My channel is 90% Steven Universe. So you
Okay,
know,
Nikki, your turn.
yeah.
I think it obviously Steven Universe would be my personal connection to the show, but also My Hero Academia as well, because that show made me cry a couple of times, especially for the main character Deku. Because it reminds me of an anime version of Steven where he just cries a lot. I can relate to that.
Oh, Nikki.
No, but like he's such a determined, sweet young lad who wants to be a superhero so badly, and he gets his wish, and it's like the feels like it comes across strange. Plus, like this anime feels so different from other anime shows I've seen, because you know how like anime shows just like kind of repeat the same thing, or like let's have a beach episode, yeah, let's have like it's like rinse and repeat. But the show is like very very dear to me.
Okay.
In a way.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's definitely BoJack.
I feel like that would be mine if I actually watched it.
Oh my god, monsters! Why do you ruin everything? I'm just kidding. You don't. You need to watch BoJack. I don't have a particular episode that I can necessarily point to off the top of my head. Actually, I do. Although I can't say the episode's title. It's the one where we see inside BoJack's head, and he's constantly doubting himself, and it deals with anxiety. It's from season 4, I believe. It's called Stupid Piece of Something, and it basically just kind of really does, I don't know, I guess highlight what it's like to live with self-doubt and anxiety. But in general, BoJack is a very good, I think, like, not that I identify with BoJack himself, but just themes presented in the show of BoJack, very relatable, and they mean something to me. I'm generally not one to get like too emotionally attached to any given show, even ones that I like a lot. I kind of, I don't know, like I enjoy it, but I've never felt the need to like take it further with OCs. Yeah.
Cool.
All right. So guys, we do have a Teen Titans Go to the Movies and Lego Batman discussion to get to. And we also have a trivia game for you guys that everyone should be able to play. But time permitting and our energy permitting, we will probably be taking some questions at the very end of the podcast. So we're sorry we didn't get to answer a ton, but I mean, the trade-off is we did get to talk in depth about quite a few. And we're going to be doing more live casts, so you'll have chances to ask. And of course, after this live recast, our Discord will be open back up. If you're not a member, you can join. We'll probably open it up tomorrow or in a few days from now. And if you have questions, you can ask them there, and we do try to answer about 1 or 2 questions, or about 1 question every week. So, you can always ask it there.
Yeah. Want to announce next week?
Yeah. So it's kind of funny that people that aren't me kept bringing up Gravity Falls, because we are going to be doing a Gravity Falls episode called A Tale of Two Stands. I don't know. It's not really much that important that happens in the episode. But we're going to be comparing it to another show that got mentioned a few times tonight, Steven Universe. The episode Now We're Only Falling Apart. Also, not much happens in that one. We're really just trying to compare 2 episodes that just have the least going on in them. No, it's actually a little different from what we usually do on the recast, but they are 2 episodes that they're basically the flashback fallout episodes to the previous episode's big reveal. And I think there's a lot to compare with that. I find both of those shows highly comparable, and kind of interesting to do so.
Yeah.
And we might have a cool guest, so who knows?
Rebecca Sugar herself. Yay!
Yeah, Rebecca Sugar.
We're gonna have
and
Rebecca,
Alex
yeah,
Hirsch.
and Alex Hirsch.
And Alex Hirsch.
So yeah, look forward to that.
Again.
All right, Leia and Nikki, have you guys seen Lego Batman and/or Teen Titans Go to the Movies?
I've seen neither.
All
I've
right,
seen Lego Batman, but not Teen Titans.
all right. Well, we're gonna say goodbye to you, Leia.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry, friend.
I mean, I have to go eat dinner anyways, so I'll probably mute myself and y'all can tag me when you're done with that.
Okay, so you just chose to make it awkward intentionally. Thank you.
Yes, actually.
All right. Well, we're talking about Lego Batman first, so you can stay for a little while, Nikki.
Okay.
All right.
I will see you guys when you're done with that.
All right,
Okay,
see ya.
Leia. Thanks for stopping by.
Yep.
So Lego Batman.
Yes.
All right.
Mhm.
Yeah, you know.
I'm looking at the man in the mirror.
No, so Lego Batman is a spin-off slash kind of like I guess spin-off from the Lego movie, wherein it stars Lego Batman, who is essentially a kind of spoiled, rotten, egotistical man-child. Narcissist, yep, who pushes everyone around him away because he's afraid of having a family again because he lost his at a young age. And then over the course of the film, he has to team up with a few other people to stop the Joker from ruining Gotham. And he has to learn to let people into his heart.
Yeah. Yep.
Cold black heart.
Big character arc.
Yeah. No, the thing about Lego Batman is that it like really it's so simple on paper. Like it really isn't a movie that really tries to do this like complex message. Like if you were to compare it to Lego Movie 2, I would, or even Lego Movie, well, no, maybe not Lego Movie 1, but if you were to compare it to Lego Movie 2, I would say Lego Batman is a lot more of a simple film. Actually, even in comparison to Lego Movie 1, I think Lego Batman is much more simple. But I think that Lego Batman really kind of distills a lot about what worked from Lego Movie, to create this film that's just like, it knows what message it wants to send. It knows the ideas it has, and it just gets right to the point with them, right? Like it's not a movie about nothing. Like it is about something, but it realizes that it's a movie that ultimately wants to have all of this big, fun, spectacle, action, comedy, these huge, crazy like airship transforming sequences and like Robin dancing around lasers. Like that's what the movie wants to be, and it does it so beautifully. I love this film so much.
Yeah.
It is super funny. I think it's actually more humorous than the first Lego movie, to be honest, because all like the Batman references, crazy villains going on, and all the references.
Yeah, well, and I like something very interesting about the film is that it does kind of go for that like crossover appeal that Lego Movie did, but it kind of uses the cameo characters to better effect in the sense that they're like a bunch of villains from like other properties. Like I never saw that coming. Like early in the film when they're talking about the Phantom Zone, you hear off screen Superman being like, "Oh yeah, there's this lady and she's really crazy," and you hear like the Wicked Witch cackle, and you think it's just like some weird like gag. You're not thinking like, oh, they're gonna actually have the Wicked Witch from The Wizard of Oz in Lego Batman.
Yeah.
But she's there.
Or Sauron, or Voldemort.
Yeah, Voldemort. That's a pretty cool.
King Kong.
Mm-hmm.
King Kong isn't even really much of a villain. I don't know. That's a tough one.
Well, they stretched the term villain a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, like, there's so much to love about this film. I love the intro, right? Like it starts out with a black screen and Batman's like, all important movies begin with black.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's a nice logo. I don't know what Rat Pack does, but that logo's pretty macho. Like, it's just from the get-go, they come out and they have just a funny joke. And then they put up the Michael Jackson quote, but then it's like, no, I said that. And then it changes to Batman.
Yeah.
And then just like,
It's
oh
so
my
high
God.
energy. I love it.
Yes, that opening, the whole opening, everything from the second you see like the plane on screen to the second Batman disarms the bomb, like it's just all 100. Actually, no, sorry. Up until I would say he gets back to the Batcave, right? All of that is high energy, crazy, crazy stuff. Like, oh my God.
Yeah, it's
and really
adrenaline
good
pumping.
animation. Yeah, and really, really good animation.
Oh
Dude,
yes.
I love the colors in this film, and like
Oh,
when I
yeah.
first saw the Lego movie, I thought it was like stop motion because it's so highly detailed. You can see the scuff marks and plastic seams and such. And this one kind of like they took it up a notch, which is good
Yeah.
for any like sequel or spin-off. They upped the level.
They
Like,
took
what
it
can we
up
do better?
way
Well,
higher.
So I saw all the all the bonus features, and they talk about because it's a lot of the same creative people from the Lego.
Yeah.
They talk about how like, well, in the Lego movie, like everything was Legos, like including the water, including the fire, like it was all Lego. But in this movie, they made the decision that, all right, well, the water can be water, like the smoke can be smoke. And in this movie, there's a lot, even though it's still mostly everything is made of Legos, like they use lighting and dynamic cameras to like, step it up from the Lego movie. Not that the Lego movie looks bad by any means,
Right.
but they really took it as a base and just said, let's push the boundaries. I didn't mention this. I didn't want to sound like I'm bragging or anything, but like I got an OLED TV a few weeks ago, and this was the movie I wanted to see. I wanted to see Spider-Verse as well on the OLED, but like Lego Batman on an OLED TV looks like amazing. Like I can't even describe how cool. Like go. For a while, if you went to like an electronics store, like Lego Batman was like one of the movies that they, and especially the intro, that they just have on loop because it just looks so good.
Yeah, my absolute favorite part of this movie is by far the lighting. Just the different tints of blue and red that they constantly show, the beautiful sunsets that they have on the horizon of Gotham, and even just really simple, not necessarily important moments, like where Batman's standing in front of a microwave. They still take that detail of the lighting and make it interesting.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Since you guys mentioned that, do you guys like the setting? Since like we saw like a lot of different versions of Gotham between like the live animated movie to the animated movies to live action movies. Do you guys think that the Lego Batman setting is your favorite or second favorite close to the other Gothams we've seen?
Batman the Animated Series is the best.
Yeah,
Gotham.
they don't really do too much fleshing out in this movie.
Of Gotham, yeah, I wouldn't. That's an interesting point, Nikki.
Yeah, because there's a lot of, obviously Batman has a long list of films, and like from the 60s.
And they list them in this movie. And they list them.
I love that little montage. The montage, like the 60s one, 70s one, and then did they mention? If I don't remember, remember correctly, did they mention the Joel Schumacher one?
They did. They
Did it was like we don't mention that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like I was like, do you guys think of all the Batman movies we've seen? Now we're just talking about the movies. Do you think Lego Batman is like? Because I heard from people saying this is the best Batman movie ever. Do you guys believe that, or you think it's a better, or you think like, for example, The Dark Knight?
I mean, it depends on what you're looking. I would say in terms of a comedy Batman film, absolutely.
Yeah, but what other comedy Batman films are there?
Well, there's the 60s Batman.
Oh, that's true.
Joel Schumacher ones are comedies,
Right.
basically. Like you don't put bat nipples in a serious Batman film. Yeah, I don't know that I'd say it's my favorite Batman film, but it's definitely up there. I mean, and I guess like something I really like is that like Batman's character in this. So I mean, he acts basically like a spoiled toddler, and the meta sense of the movie, they don't go into it like they do in the Lego movie. The idea is that the kid from the Lego movie is just playing with the Batman Lego sets, and like that's why the Gotham is built over just a big abyss, because it's just literally just like a Lego plate over nothing, I guess, like over a between two tables or whatever. Like that's kind of the meta aspect. So it definitely makes sense why the characters would act childish from like a meta aspect. But I think from a character perspective, it works for Batman because think about it. Like, so you're a billionaire, okay? Your adult supervision is gone. You only had Alfred, and Alfred does not. It seems like now is the first time he's finally putting his foot down. And he's also Batman, so he's also good at like everything. How could you not have such like an out of control ego and like getting your way? Like it makes a lot of sense in this setting.
Yeah, it's the amount of layers that go to that dynamic, especially between him and Robin. The fact that it's almost like Batman's still that same kid from the night that his parents died and hasn't really done any growing up. Yet he now has the responsibility to raise a kid of his own. Is like really interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, no, they make a very big point of that. I mean, I love Will Arnett's performance in this film. Like, I don't need to tell you guys that I'm a big Will Arnett fan. But I think he absolutely nails it as Batman in the Lego Batman film. 100%.
Yeah, he was really good. And one thing I took notice of is, at least from what I noticed. In most Batman movies, or at least in any Batman media, you notice that there's a bit of a contrast between the Bruce Wayne and Batman voice, but it seemed to be fairly the same.
Yeah, well, he doesn't spend much time as Bruce Wayne.
Right, but when he does, it's still the scratch sheet voice.
It's a little less pronounced, a little bit, but he doesn't do a huge differentiation because it's mostly just like Will Arnett has a naturally kind of deep and raspy voice. Yeah, his natural speaking voice is not Lego Batman level of like deep, but it's not too far off. So yeah, they don't do that much. Like I would say, I guess I would say maybe like this is one of the worst Bruce Waynes because he doesn't really do anything. Like Bruce Wayne, yeah,
as a good person.
Well, no, I mean. Because in a lot of incarnations, not the animated series, notably, but in a lot of incarnations, his Bruce Wayne persona is, I'm going to act like an idiot so no one suspects I'm Batman.
Right. He very much is an idiot.
Well, the thing is, the comedy. Like, I want to talk about the comedy. I think this movie is very funny, especially in certain places. The thing that always gets the biggest laugh out of me is when Alfred's telling him he has to go to the commissioner's like going away party, and Batman's just like no, and Alfred's like you have to, and he's like yeah, no, and he's just the way he flops on the ground. They could not do that better in any animation style other than this like fake stop motion Lego. Like, it looks so good. He just flops on the ground and then dances and beatboxes away. That joke is good, and then it's compounded by the very next scene, which is Tuxedo Party. Yeah. It's just this very fast montage of Bruce Wayne loving a little dress-up party.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Another thing I want to mention, what do you guys think of his relationship with Batman? Like, I really like I really like it was kind of different about the whole you don't like when Batman said I don't need you and stuff because like Joker thought because like in the beginning of the movie Batman just saw Joker as just another villain, at least in this Batman universe of Lego.
Let's talk about Joker.
Joker's real cool in this. I
him. Mean he's not my favorite Joker.
I also Heath Ledger is still my favorite.
Oh, are you kidding me?
You like Mark Hamill Joker more?
Yeah, of course.
I do like Mark Hamill Joker, but I like Heath Ledger the most.
Heath Ledger is really, really good. Like, I'm not denying that at all. Comic Book Fanatic, fitting name, on Discord says the humor is great, though I will admit some of the funniest jokes are for those that know the Batman lore and know Batman comics, period. Those got the biggest laughs out of me. Though if you don't know anything Batman, the movie is still very funny.
Condiment King.
Yeah, Condiment King is a real thing. So it's like the Kite Man or whatever.
Yeah, I thought the joke was funny where they bring up all the extra characters and then Joker's like, probably worth a Google.
Yeah. Oh man, yeah. The Joker, he's a good, satisfying Joker, and they use the Joker's presence in the film to further the theme. Everything in the film furthers the theme. Like Like that's how movies should be.
Right.
It's not rocket science at all. The villain has the whole thing relationship. Alfred's relationship with Batman is about the theme of Batman pushing him away. Like everyone in the movie has that theme with him, and it works.
Yeah.
And then like there's just tons and tons of cameos from villains from Batman and beyond. Not from Batman Beyond though. And like there's a lot of great stuff that you don't notice unless you watch the movie a few times. Like Bane has quite a few like incidental lines in the Bane voice. Thank you, Batman.
Batman.
Like and Robin, I mean, like, I think all the voice acting in this movie is like really great. Like Michael Cera really kills it as just like cute, innocent kid Robin.
It's so adorable.
You feel so bad for him at the beginning.
Oh yeah.
When the Batmobile goes by and all the kids are going crazy and they just like trample over him.
Yeah, he's such a. I'll be honest with you. Could someone that reads the comics a little more than I do tell me, is this like a common portrayal of Robin? Because in everything I've seen, Dick Grayson Robin has been like definitely less serious than Batman, definitely jokey, but I've never seen him be like this really, really innocent kid. No, I'm serious. Like, is this a new interpretation on him, or has this been?
Yeah, I just remembered where he's like walking with Batman in the Batcave, and he's like, all the kids call me Dick, and Batman's like, yeah, kids can be rude.
No, that's right before he adopts him.
Right. That part was so innocent too at the commissioner's party when he's just following him, and Batman's just absolutely starstruck by Barbara Gordon, and he's just saying yes to everything that Robin's saying. So you'll adopt me? Yeah.
Yep. Which, by the way, something I noticed is the fact that when Batman does his whole like staring at Barbara because he likes her thing, that happens in the Lego Movie as well. Like, and I believe it also, if I'm remembering correctly, also happens in Lego Movie 2, where another character does that. It's just like a recurring Lego Movie trope, I guess.
Yeah.
Where if you like someone, the whole world just like slows down. People are saying it's not. This like version of Dick Grayson is not super common. And you're right, actually, Tim Drake seems to be the one that's a little more innocent than anything else. And like I feel like you couldn't have a Robin this innocent in any other story, because it kind of brings in the question of like, why is Batman allowing this like 7-year-old to go fight crime? Which I still kind of have that question with Tim Drake in the animated series, but fine. He's at least like 13 there, I guess. That's cool.
I think like the most innocent Robin I can think of, honestly, is from the Adam West Batman show, because he's basically like, in a way, he's kind of like Barnacle Boy, but in his younger years.
Well, everyone's innocent in that movie, in that show.
Well, I know, obviously, but like he's like, of all the Robins I can think of, he's like the most innocent next to the Lego Batman one, with him saying like, "Gee Willikers, Batman," you know. It's like they're very, very. It's interesting how they're both very similar characters. I wouldn't be surprised if they just like pluck the 60s Robin and put him in the Lego Batman, you know?
But
like
yeah, but he does still feel to me like Robin. He reads as Robin to me. Like I mentioned this a lot when talking about the Teen Titans Go TV show. Just that like the characters don't read to me like the same character. They read to me as you took the design of those characters and the voice of those characters and maybe like one or two traits, and then otherwise they basically could have just been other characters.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas this Robin, this Batman, this Alfred, this Barbara, like they all feel like they feel right for those characters, even though they definitely took some liberties.
Yeah, this is most certainly a nitpick. I just want to put that out there. But I'm curious how kind of the age dynamics of Batman in this movie works. Because like he talks about the fact that like he's been at it for 90 years, even though like his character probably aged in his 30s. But
oh
also,
my God, that's a joke, Monsters.
Well, no, the character's aged in his 30s, but also there's a part where Barbara Gordon was like, "Yeah, when I grew up, I wanted to be Batman." Yet the age difference between those two characters isn't too big. So,
well, I mean, you know.
Yeah, don't worry.
No, I know that's a nitpick.
They've always been kind of weird with Barbara Gordon because sometimes she's younger and sometimes she's older.
Yeah.
I don't know. They're weird with her. I guess that line, yeah, fair enough. I didn't catch that one. That maybe she's just saying that because it's a good speech.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, all right. There's more to discuss, but there's honestly a lot of things to compare with Teen Titans Go to the Movies, so I think we should move on to that.
Sure.
Nikki, thank you for your input on Lego Batman.
No, it's no problem. I haven't seen the movie in a while, but I do remember quite fondly of it. I think I need to watch it again tonight, though.
Oh, nice. Do it. All right. So, Teen Titans Go to the Movies.
Yeah.
All right. So the Titans are on vacation in Tokyo, and no,
That sounds pretty familiar. Are you sure you're talking about the right Teen Titans movie?
oh god. Yeah. No. So Teen Titans Go to the Movies is the story of how Robin wants a movie about him because there's never been a movie about Robin, even though.
And also, apparently, having a movie based on yourself is validation that you're like a successful superhero.
Right, although they don't nail that point in too well. So the Teen Titans try to get a movie made of them. They're told they need like a supervillain to like an arch enemy.
Yeah.
So they try to get one. They kind of fail at that, and then Robin gets a movie made of him, but it's actually a part of Slade's plan.
And then
Anything else?
how spoiler are we getting?
Go for it, man. I mean, I don't know.
Well, yeah.
So it's just the description, dude. Like.
Well, yeah, but just to provide context, yeah, Slade builds like this doomsday device thing what was it, like the superheroes thought it was like a prop or like a streaming device.
It's called Doomsday.
But it's like something. A big acronym for like streaming something. But yeah, and then he basically stages Robin into actually going into the Titans headquarters, thinking that it's a set, and grabbing the crystal out of their vault, and then using that crystal to power the Doomsday device. And then the Titans that they got separated because of the whole conflict of interest thing as a part of Slade's plan, they get back together and they save the day.
Yeah.
You guys have been waiting like nearly a year for this.
It's their movie.
Yeah.
Their movie.
I mean, it basically is Robin the movie. This basically is Robin the movie.
If this is Robin the movie, then I got Robin.
Because the Titans are in it, but it is Robin is the protagonist. This is Robin's movie.
Well, so I guess the way here's how I describe this. I did not like this film. I will be point blank. I will be just blunt and just say I did not like it. I think as a movie, it is really kind of awful. There's very little that holds it together. And it kind of feels like a lot of just like pointless meandering, and it feels like I kept checking the time because I was just really bored for a lot of it. I feel like thematically there are ideas that like they kind of present this idea about like them wanting to be like legitimate heroes, and then that's tied to the movie, but they don't really like deliver through on that. They also don't really make it clear why an arch villain is the reason why they need to like why that makes them legitimate, or why that makes them worthy of a movie.
Because Jade, aka Slade, is qualified.
Yeah, well, and then the other thing too is I felt Slade was just like, was he like? I feel like
Slade was awful in this movie.
He was so underused. Like he was like nothing in this film.
He wasn't even funny. I don't think.
Hang on. Before anything else, there's a big but with all of this. I feel there's a lot of buts in this movie. I feel like this fails as a film, but as a collection of set pieces, like random things that make like clips on YouTube, I think there are some of them that are really, really good. Like I think, I don't know, this doesn't feel like a movie to me. This feels like something that deserves to be chopped up into little bits and pieces that are going to get watched on YouTube a lot. Like that's how I feel about it. Like Robin singing a song about his superhero movie. That's great. The weird random Lion King bit, like that was out of context and completely pointless, but like as a clip on its own, really well animated and just kind of like funny in how weird and random it is. the Titans going back in time to like unorigin the heroes, like that is kind of interesting and makes for a cool clip on its own. In terms of the movie, it's completely pointless and a waste of time. And that's
I feel
the
like
thing.
they overdid the pop culture references.
Oh god, they literally just play the Back to the Future theme like extendedly, like an extended audio clip of it. Like why?
Yeah, I think this movie was, I'd say, compared to the show, I think it's wonderful. I think I'd watch this over the show any day.
I wouldn't say wonderful, but yeah.
In terms of just a movie overall, let's say comparing it to other animated movies, I enjoyed it to some extent. I mean, I didn't dislike it, but I also didn't love it, because I remember there was a lot of people saying that it was really good and oh my god, you have to watch this. And I saw it, and
God.
I mean, I wasn't impressed at all. Like if that's any indicator of how I feel about it, but no, I mean, I think it's tolerable. It's it's run of the mill.
I don't think I wouldn't. Yeah. I mean, you can feel that way. I'm just saying I don't. I would not say it's tolerable in the sense that what gets me about this film, and this is Teen Titans Go to a T, EENTITANS, GO, is that when this movie tells jokes, it instead of like in Lego Batman or like a lot of other movies, like the SpongeBob movie or whatever, like it'll have a line, like a one-liner, or it'll have like a 10-second bit, right? Like Batman doing the no, like that's like a 15-second bit, right? When Teen Titans Go wants a joke, everything is like 30 seconds to like 5 minutes of the movie. Like they can't just say a joke of like I pooped in the prop toilet. No. We need to stop the movie so every one of the Titans can come out and say I pooped in the toilet.
Yeah.
That's the and like I found some of that funny, but when I don't find those bits funny, like the parts of it that I don't find like amusing or funny,
And then they
it's
go
just
on.
5 minutes I'm sitting there.
Yeah, that poop bit I don't think was good. Them constantly saying Slade for like a minute straight. I don't think that the whole like pronouncing Slade's name weird sounded good or was funny. And just like there were some parts too, and I mean this is evident in the show, but them just like either playing like dance music or just like dancing to music.
Stupid faces.
Yeah, making stupid faces. I don't get a kick out of it.
Yeah.
But there was some stuff that I thought was funny.
Right, and I agree with that. That's why I don't think it's like a total disaster, but I think it's just not a good movie. Like I watching clips of it, like yeah, dude, I was listening to Robin's superhero movie song. Like I listened to that a few times today because that's catchy, right? Like that's
catchy,
that's
nothing
catchy
lyrically
song.
impressive.
Well, all right. Well, listen.
I mean, also, how can you not have like an animated movie based on a cartoon without like having lots of musical numbers? Like I feel like that's just a given.
Fair. Which Lego Batman had one like in-universe music number, or I guess technically two. But anyway,
I like Michael Bolton's song, but that's also because I like Michael Bolton.
What are you talking about?
He did the upbeat song. He was the leopard that got hit by the car.
Mm-hmm. That was really good. Yeah, okay, that was a Family Guy joke. Like that was Brian.
Brian, look out!
And that was funny. Like him getting hit by that car is pretty funny. Like again, I laughed at the movie in a few places.
There's one joke that we both really laughed at.
How do you know?
Because we talked about it.
Oh, which joke are you referring to?
The Bruce Wayne parents joke.
Oh, I didn't say I laughed at that.
Oh, you didn't?
No, before the recast, when I was designing the thumbnail, I did like a joking Lego Batman's dad as the head instead of Slade on like the Teen Titans poster, as in like the Teen Titans killed Batman's parents in front of the movie theater. Like I made that joke, and I was like, oh, this is dumb and edgy. I'm not gonna actually use this. And then like inside the movie, the Titans basically kill Bruce Wayne's parents. I didn't think it was funny.
I thought it was funny when they just because like they saved them before and they're like, don't go down that crime infested alley, go through this happy shortcut instead. And then they do that, and then they're like, crap, we need these superheroes, and they go back and just push them right into there, and then you see a bunch of flashes.
Yes,
you see sad child Bruce Wayne.
Yes. Spongester, you are correct. The Stan Lee cameo was also pretty good. Like, that was a good moment.
I wasn't expecting. I heard about it back when the movie came out, but like, you know, if this was my first time watching it, I wouldn't have expected that, and I would have found it pretty clever.
I don't think the joke needed to come back. But again, Teen Titans Go, everything has to go on for like an extended period of time.
I don't care if this is a DC movie. I just like cameos. Falls out of golf cart. Excelsior.
Yeah.
Yeah, a couple parallels to Let's Get Serious. I mean, even like when Robin starts getting his own movie and like he gets makeup put on and he has like that butt chin face, that's like the same face from Let's Get Serious.
Yeah, so let's talk about this. This is the only thing I seem to be able to talk about with Teen Titans Go is just that like the people that make the show have this weird like obsession with like how people see their show. You know what I mean? Like, this movie, a part of it isn't just about Robin getting a movie. It's about, like, the Teen Titans Go Titans wanting to be seen as legitimate heroes. Which, again, I felt like is, like it's just kind of underdeveloped in the movie. Like, ultimately, it is really just Robin wants to get a movie. Like, they kind of touch on it, but the Titans don't seem that concerned with being taken seriously.
Yeah, especially everyone besides Robin.
Right, but like that theme, that idea has been present in like 5 or 6 episodes of the show. Like, it seems like the people really, really care that like people are upset that the Titans aren't the Titans. Like, they don't want to do anything about it, but
yeah,
I don't know. It's just kind of weird. Like, I
wonder why they can't take us seriously.
Superman's butt jiggle. Oh.
Yeah.
What about
and of course, how can it be Teen Titans Go without them having like food jokes, like Cyborg and Beast Boy eating up the craft services table on set?
Yeah,
I saw that from a mile away.
Better references to Marvel in Lego Batman, by the way, and that there was only one, and it was Iron Man sucks.
Iron Man sucks. Yeah, this one they reference Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, they said they're gonna go steal food from Spider-Man's table, which that's not even like a joke. That's just I don't know.
Deadpool.
Like, yeah, they really like that Deadpool joke. I mean, if you're a fan of the comics, I guess I think like they said Deadpool was based on Slade.
Yeah, Deadpool's a parody of Slade.
But like when Robin was like, "Look at the camera and say something meta," it's like, all right, like come on, like
yeah.
Yeah, and I mean the animation, like I can't.
The animation, I'd say, for the most part, is slightly above TV movie quality, but nowhere near cinematic or theatrical quality.
No. Aside from when they broke that and did other animation, like during the Lion King season.
Yeah, or like when they did like the
superhero movie,
like Robin in the movie. Yeah,
all the songs basically. Like, yeah, the animation did step. And it's not like it looks terrible. It's just like it is very, very flat. Like you can't. I'm not even comfortable comparing it to Lego Batman because one of them is like an ambitious, unique art style, and then the other one is like a show for preschoolers on Nick Jr. got like a slightly better budget.
Yeah. Yep. I was surprised to see how like this movie cost I think like 15 or 20 million. I don't know if that's doesn't sound like a lot, but I think it is.
Probably on licensing the Back to the Future song.
I don't think they have to because that's Warner Bros stuff. Maybe.
That's Universal.
Oh, maybe. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, that's not Warner Brothers.
They sure reference, including the kick at the end, the original Teen Titans a lot. Even just to using like the original theme song and the fanfare a lot.
Yep. Invader Prez has a good point. Just that this movie is the epitome of we said a thing you recognize, so you gotta laugh.
Yes.
And like, yeah, like sometimes it does get a laugh out of me, but there's just a lot of like there's referencing in Lego Batman, but it is almost exclusively to like Batman properties, right? It's
yeah.
And I mean, aside from the villains that show up, but that's not just like reference for the sake of reference. It's like here's a part of the story, basically.
Right, like on the set when they had like that mock Batman v Superman part where they did like the Martha, what's your mother's name? But what's your dad's name? Like I was like internally, like in my head, I was like, oh yeah, I get that reference, but like why is it here?
Did they see the movie? Right, because I didn't see Batman v Superman, and I know that reference. I feel like they probably didn't even see Batman v Superman. They just picked the most memeable moment.
Maybe.
Also, for some reason, Starfire, I kind of found this funny, but I also kind of was just like, what? When they're on the Warner Brothers backlot, Starfire's like, that is where the Animaniacs live, and it's like, that's a reference. Like, I don't know. It's like there's just so many of those references that it's like almost overwhelming. Like there's a Cartoon Network logo that blatantly shows up when they get to Hollywood.
Yeah.
Yeah, because when I think of theatrical movies, I think of Cartoon Network.
Warner Bros. Tower. That's where the Animaniacs live. Oh.
Do you think people are easily won over by self-aware jokes?
The masses, maybe.
Yeah.
As someone who's used to it,
I would have given the movie more credit if the Animaniacs actually came out of the water tower for like a second. Like that would have been more effort than just. And like, man, Slade was so underwhelming. It felt like Will Arnett was phoning it in, which like, dude was apparently a producer on this film for whatever that means.
really.
Yeah, I was shocked by that because like his acting he just seemed like he didn't care. Instead of like Lego Batman, like that's acting, right? Like
Yeah.
in this, he was like, I'm gonna win you over with mind manipulation. Like and then yeah, like the themes, like I mentioned it with Lego Batman, like that it's a simple theme, but they execute it well in every part of the movie. Teen Titans, a part of it is being taken seriously, but then there's also this bit at the end where it's about teamwork suddenly, where oh god, in Lego Batman, there's a good moment where Batman puts Alfred, Robin, and Batgirl in the scuttler and sends them off, and it's kind of this dramatic moment, and it's just kind of the epitome of he's sending them off and he's saying it's because he wants to keep them safe, but really it's because he's afraid, because which is Batman theming 101 is fear. Right? Like that's a good moment in Lego Batman. In Teen Titans Go to the Movies, okay, fake Slade is like, which this doesn't even make any sense. Why is Slade's alter ego care if the other Titans are there or not? Doesn't matter, right? But he sends them away. He's like, okay, you can make the movie if it's just you, Robin. And so Robin's like, all right, bye everyone. And then like literally like 4 minutes later, screen time, he sends them a message about like, guys, I know I pushed you away, but I need you back. It's like, how forced can you be? Like, I found the more serious moments in this movie to be so like phoned in.
I think a lot of those things are like implied, maybe just like in the sense that the reason why he took Robin away only is because he's the leader of the group, but they really don't have any like concrete things that point towards reasons why.
Yeah, but like, and Robin's whole thing was like, yeah, we are superheroes because we're a team, and it's like, well, what? Like, being are we superheroes, monsters? We're a team of podcasters.
I guess we are.
I don't know. They needed to have something. Like, but like that's the thing. It's just kind of like, because really, what the movie is about is that Robin wants a movie for just stupid, selfish reasons. That's really what the movie is about. And like, okay, if you want to have a movie that doesn't have like a point beyond just like a character being selfish and whatever, like maybe the point is that he learns to not be selfish or not care about such petty things or whatever. Right. You could do that, but like they just don't. I don't know. They don't do anything with it. Like it's just.
I mean, they really hone in on that pettiness too, just in the way that at the Batman movie premiere they show that like the Batmobile and the utility belt are getting their own movies, but
and
Robin. And Alfred, yeah, and Robin feels so ashamed that those are getting movies before him, and like feels like he has no self-worth because of it.
Well, here's a question: why is Batman like a non-speaking cameo in this film? Like,
no, he speaks.
Oh, does he?
Yeah,
well,
that's the thing. I think I mistakenly said in the past recast that he was voiced by Will Arnett in this film too, but no, it was Jimmy Kimmel.
Voiced by right? Yeah. And like that's the thing, like they could have done something with that, right? They could have had Batman acknowledge Robin and be like, "Oh, you're not a solo superhero, you're a sidekick." Like, and then that sets off Robin wanting to prove himself. Like, only heroes get movies. Sidekicks don't get movies. Like, there you go. There's your theme. instead of, I mean, do the jokes about like the utility belt getting a movie, but also how about Batgirl gets a movie, right?
Yeah.
Ooh, suddenly Robin's jealous because someone else who it should have been him, but it wasn't him, right? Like, there are so many things they could do, but they don't want to because they just want to tell dumb jokes. And it's like, that's fine, but like, I don't need a movie for like just an hour and a half. I don't need an hour and a half of random Teen Titans Go jokes. Like, you need something to bind it together, and what they have here is just not enough for me.
Yeah, I agree.
Because Batman doesn't talk in Teen Titans Go.
100%.
God, I hate that. I mean, I hate the designs for those superheroes too. They just look so preschool. They look like
Very
DC superhero kid.
Round and I don't know. They're so short.
Not designed.
They're
like,
not proportional.
Yeah, they look like Funko Pop figures.
They are, yeah.
They're kind of
their heads are huge, and then they just have like these tiny bodies.
Yeah, and like that's the thing. Like Lego Batman uses cameos to such better effect. Like the villains. Like, yes, they are kind of just this gang of villains. Like, I'm not gonna pretend that like any given villain has particular screen time other than Joker and like, I don't know, Voldemort. But like, at least they all kind of get lines in the background, and at least, the visuals are there that like, okay, so Clayface doesn't do a whole lot, but like you see him or her, because it's voiced by Kate McCucci. Like, you see the visuals of Clayface, like you see stuff in the background, whereas here it's just like literally just, here's an army of random DC superheroes. They're not going to talk too much, they're not going to do too much, they're just there.
Yeah. Yep. And that's the thing with like the Challengers of the Unknown, when they pop up and the Teen Titans Go to the movies. I was like, I have no idea who these guys are, but I'm sure most people don't know who they are. I think people that know who they are will get a kick out of them, but I don't know, like they didn't really have an effect on me. But the cameos, like, maybe it's because I recognize more Batman characters like Clayface and Poison Ivy and stuff. But I thought they were more effective.
Did you recognize that Superman was Nick Cage
in Teen Titans Go?
Yeah.
I didn't recognize it, but I saw it after the fact.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't catch that. How much did Superman even talk? Like, that's the thing. Like, I don't know.
I remember Wonder Woman talking quite a bit.
Oh. Have I seen Mr. Enter's review of the movie? I have not.
But
yeah. All right. Better Robin catchphrase. In Lego Batman, he tries to make tweet on the street his catchphrase. And in
Titans Go.
Nope. No, not that one. In his let's crack an egg on that cacaw.
Oh, yeah.
Or crack an egg on it, cacaw.
Yeah, that one goes to Lego Batman.
I'll give that one. I'll give it to
weird.
Teen Titans. Because the cacaw gets me.
Cacaw! Yeah.
I didn't think it needed to come up like twice more in the movies. Also, how do you feel about baby hands, my friend?
I don't know why they included
love it
that.
or hate it joke.
Yeah, like
it's from the show, by the way. It's not. It was apparently
is
an
that
episode.
supposed to
of the
have
show.
any adult implications or?
No, nor is it a reference to Deadpool.
So it's just get it like he's inferior because he has small hands, and Cyborg puts up his and it's way bigger. Like, what's funny about that?
I think it's emasculating. I mean, it does. I guess you could draw parallels if you feel like it.
Right.
I mean, it's kind of like a random insult. Like I don't know. I mean, I kind of smirked the first time they referenced it, but they referenced it 3 times. I mean, that's like the Chekhov's gun in this movie. Apparently, that's how Robin's able to get out of the big villain plot at the end, is because he has baby hands.
I
don't know why that. Huh?
We have another guest.
We do.
Hey.
Hey, it's Shadow Streak.
It's Shadow Streak, and he caught us at the perfect time because we're talking about Teen Titans Go to the movies.
You are?
And
awesome.
comparison. Well, yeah, we're pretty much into comparisons now.
Okay.
Have you seen Teen Titans Go to the movies?
I saw it in theaters back when it came out.
You loved it, didn't you?
I wouldn't say I loved it, but I liked it more than I expected to. Like,
okay.
It's certainly
what's
not.
your defenses of this film?
And
give me a 5-paragraph essay now.
Okay, let me get started. No, short and sweet answer is it had, a lot of good moments that completely surpassed my expectations. Like, I don't know how much you guys have talked about, so if I'm repeating what you said, feel free to let me know. But, like,
I don't know that we share your opinion, so no, feel free.
Okay. I liked when they messed with the superheroes' origins. I mean, I think that, you know, some of them were a little excessive, but I love the part where they literally murdered Bruce Wayne's parents.
Yeah, I said the same thing.
Yeah. I know a lot of people don't like the Lion King reference, but I personally thought it was so stupid it was funny. I really loved the Stan Lee cameos as well. I thought those were that part was great. And it's just like, I mean, there were plenty of parts where I thought was just completely stupid. Like the whole toilets thing went on for way too long, and it's like we got the point, but yeah, I don't know. I thought a lot of the jokes were funny. I mean, this is someone who likes the first 1.5 seasons of Teen Titans Go. So like, yeah, I mean, overall in terms of the plot, I wasn't really like blown away or anything. But I don't know. It was better than I expected, because I went in expecting a bad movie.
Really? Okay.
Yes, I went in expecting it to be bad because I'll defend the first season and a half of Teen Titans Go, but like I do not like season 3. I've barely seen season 4, and considering those were like the most recent seasons of the show, I went in expecting it to be of that caliber. So I was pleasantly surprised in that regard.
Yeah, see, I feel like how you kind of feel about this movie is, not you specifically, but how people feel about this movie is probably going to be painted on how you feel about the series and how you felt going into this. Like, I'll be honest, I went in with like no expectations because, and I don't mean that in a bad way, because like I don't like Teen Titans Go, but I heard from a lot of people, you and I think Kuro too, were saying that like, oh, you know, it's pretty good, it's okay, like it surprised me. Like I heard that a lot, and so I kind of went in thinking like, okay, this movie might surprise me, and it didn't. But like,
oh, okay,
but,
that's fair.
No, I mean my assessment was and is just that it's there's a few clips that I feel like are really good things that would make like great clips on YouTube, but as a movie it fails because it doesn't hold my attention as a movie. Like I don't.
Did you at least like the upbeat inspirational song about life?
Oh yeah, no, the songs were great.
Okay, good.
even the rap, even though it has Raven like rapping, which I think is, there's no way that the Raven from the original Teen Titans would ever sing anything at all ever. But then again, I guess you could say that there's no way that most Batman incarnations would sing a song, and he does in Lego Batman. But like, no, even that song, like I think is good. Like I enjoyed all the music numbers. I think those are like the real highlights of the film. And even like the going back in time thing, like I wasn't like unamused by the Bruce Wayne thing. I just wasn't particularly find it funny. I kind of found the Aquaman thing a little funnier with the 6-pack.
Oh yeah, the plastic. Yeah.
Yeah. So like, you know, I just don't feel like it holds together as a film, and I feel like really like there's just so many minor tweaks that they could have done to just held it together a lot better. Like what the twist with like Slade being the whatever her face was, Kristen Bell,
Jade
like
Wilson.
It just kind of felt like the end of the movie was like, well, we're gonna take the plot seriously now. Like it's like, why bother? I don't know. I feel like if you're not gonna, I don't know. I prefer Lego Batman style of, it's childish, but we're still, the characters in the story are still taking everything seriously, and they don't spend 10-minute diversions.
Yeah, it is kind of all over the place, and it's just thing after thing after thing after thing. Feels like maybe they came up with like a bunch of funny bits on like a dry erase board, and they kind of like figured out a way to make it into like somewhat of a narrative.
Mm-hmm. All right, I'd love to stay in chat longer if I could, but I only came to drop in for a couple of minutes because I do have to go do something else. So
no, thank you for stopping by.
Bye, Shadow.
Yep.
You are officially the only recast guest to ever make 3 consecutive appearances.
Hey, new record. All right, I'll talk to you guys later.
See you in 10 episodes. Bye-bye.
Bye, Shadow.
We have fun here. No, I'm glad Shadow showed up because I'm glad to have his perspective on it.
Yeah, he saw the movie.
I
In theaters.
do feel. Yeah, see, I didn't pay anything for this movie because I saw it on HBO Go, and I think that also makes me feel a little better about it. What do you guys think in the chat? What do you guys think of Teen Titans Go to the Movies? Like it? Don't like it? In the middle of it? I do like. I feel like why wasn't this just like a bunch of like 5 episodes? Like I feel like maybe at one point in production this was just like 5 episodes of the show. You know what I mean? Like,
because here's the thing. Like, I know that. Well, actually, let me rescind that. This was like when they wrote the script. It seemed like it was made maybe with the intent of a movie because there's lots of things that are like, oh, of course they had to include this because it is like a theatrical movie, like the musical numbers and all the all the references to all the other superhero movies and stuff. Because I don't think they would do that for a TV movie, but yeah, no, it's just it doesn't have that cinematic quality to it that animated movies should have.
Yeah, it has it in very, very small bursts. And like you do notice that the cinematography is like a little better than the incredibly flat.
Lots of moving
television.
camera.
Yeah, like they're definitely giving it more of a try. But
well, the thing with moving camera is it's a fairly easy effect that makes it look more more demanding, even though it's because that's the thing. Like a lot of just the camera angles in the show are stationary, but there's so many like push-ins, push-outs, zooms. There are some fairly complex animation shots that use perspective, but no, a lot of it's just like flat 2D stuff, but with like a moving camera in and out or left to right.
I guess we'll talk about the post-credit scene right now then, because people are mentioning it. I mean, that's the thing. Like after this came out, everyone was talking about that more than they were talking about the dang movie. Right. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely. I mean, we know now that it's not necessarily teasing a Teen Titans season 6. It's teasing the Teen Titans Go versus regular Teen Titans. Yeah. I feel like, honestly, if they wanted to, I don't know. I feel like maybe this should have been the Teen Titans Go, Teen Titans crossover. Like, I feel like maybe they should have just like said, "Here's our alternate universe selves," or like, honestly, like. I don't know, did something funny where like the carrot, like when the carrot, they go to make a movie and like their movie selves are Teen Titans selves or something. I don't know. So yeah, a lot of people in the comments seem to say that they like the Teen Titans Go movie, which is fine. I mean, I think it is better than the show a bit, and I did laugh at it. Like that's the thing, like that. I could imagine a world where there's a Teen Titans Go movie where I just don't laugh at all.
Yeah. Jonathan Johnson says, I'll give it a 6 out of 10. That's about what I'd give it.
I'd probably give it about a 4. I'm crueler. No, because what is a bad? What if this is a 6? Then
I just slightly above average. If we're saying 5 is like half good, half bad.
If we're not IGN, if we're for actual fair ratings.
Like Norm of the North 2 is probably a 1 or 2. Or a 0. You liked it more than Lego Batman Says Pinata Time?
Really?
I think that might be a controversial opinion.
Well, on the recast, certainly.
On the recast, yeah.
That's fine. Yeah, I mean, oh god, Superman's butt. I don't understand. I tweeted this, but it's just like and look, this is like a few seconds long. I'm not saying this like ruins the movie or whatever, but it just like someone was like working on the script for Teen Titans or working on storyboards or whatever for this movie and was like, "Hey, you know what we need in this moment of like this like rave scene? We need baby Superman to take off his diaper, wiggle his butt close up on the screen, and let's make sure, okay, this is a theatrical film. We need theatrical quality. Let's make sure the booty cheeks wiggle."
Yeah.
Who said that? Who wanted that?
Just that entire scene was pointless, where they go back to Krypton and they're like, "Oh, it's because you guys are playing the wrong music," and then they just play like dance music for 2 minutes straight.
Yeah, and there's also a point that when Robin's singing about his own superhero movie, he sings about how in 3D he wants to wiggle his butt in the audience's face. So someone thought that like the idea of like butts in the face was funny enough for multiple jokes in this movie. Not to mention, of course, the big fart joke at the beginning.
Yeah, and the poop in the toilet.
Yeah.
Man, you guys don't want to go in there. I'm not laughing at it. I'm laughing at how absurd it is.
I just yeah.
Yes, sirree.
Go Teen Titans, go Teen Titans,
go Teen Titans.
So yeah, my rating is skip the movie, but watch some clips on YouTube, especially of the songs.
Yeah, my rating is watch this instead of the show. Or if you don't feel like that, don't watch it at all and watch the 2003 series.
Watch Trouble in Tokyo.
Yeah. Watch the other Teen Titans movie.
Watch Batman the Animated Series, or watch Lego Batman. Please watch Lego Batman. It's a very good movie. All right. Anything else, Monsters? We talked.
No, I think that's about it. You ready to hop into the trivia?
Yeah. But real quick, does anyone have any final statements they want us to read about Teen Titans Go or Lego Batman?
Frankie Nation says, "I'm sick of the forced toilet humor."
Yeah, there's a lot of that in Teen Titans Go.
Yeah.
And go to the movies. I've always said that like toilet humor, in my opinion, it's like any other form of humor. It can be funny under the right circumstances, but it overdone and it's not good. And if it's a not good version, like because of the nature of toilet humor, if it's not good, then it's probably going to be gross.
Like also with the twist of Jade Wilson actually being Slade wearing a mask, regardless of the fact that Jade was actually Slade wearing a mask, just the fact that the two were associated could be seen from a mile away.
Yeah,
like there wasn't any element of surprise there whatsoever.
No. Well, Carl told us that Slade had a daughter in the movie, which is what I was thinking, but I guess he just lied to us.
Well, I think that maybe he was posing as Slade's daughter. I don't know.
No, I think he was. I think he was just trying to throw a mislead at us.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Killer Croc having a Lego crocodile head was funny. Yes, I agree. Lego Batman gets a 50 out of 10. Passable. Okay. Boss baby.
Oh.
Slade Wilson and Jade Wilson. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, maybe some of the children watching who weren't familiar with the 2003 series had no idea who Slade was. Maybe that was shocking for them, but for some old vets like us,
I guess. But I mean, like even if Slade wasn't in the movie, just kind of the way they show her, just like it just looks like, well, she's gonna be a villain.
Yeah.
Like even if you don't know that she's Slade or you don't know like what her connection, like it's just like she just seems ominous and like not in a good way, like a I'm pure evil or whatever. Just in like the I don't know. We want to telegraph that she's a bad guy, but we're not gonna have fun with it.
Yeah.
Slade does have a daughter. Her name is Rose, and she is in Teen Titans Go. Oh, I guess the series. Thank you for the super chat.
Yeah. Is CN going to make more movies because of this? I think the movie, in terms of, and you know how much Cartoon Network loves ratings and financials. I think it
and
either
toys.
And toys. I think it either barely like made even compared to the production budget, which even doesn't take marketing into account, or maybe made a little bit more. So, and if you remember their other theatrical movie, the Powerpuff Girls movie, did not perform well, or at least as well as they hoped it would. So, probably not. I mean, we brought this up in one of the early recasts, but remember the Adventure Time movie that was supposed to happen? Never came to fruition.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
We do need more 2D animated movies, Khalid.
I'm gonna say something controversial in that we do, but I don't want. Oh, maybe this isn't controversial. If it's gonna be movies that look like Teen Titans Go to the movies, I'd rather just CG.
Yeah, we
Like-
need good ones.
But it's
I don't know how
not.
else
No,
to say
I
it.
mean, I stand by. It's not just about needing 2D. It's about needing like variety and interesting art styles and like a little movie called Into the Spider-Verse,
Yeah.
or even like I don't know, like the Peanuts movie that was a few years ago. Like
Yeah.
that had
Where
a very
it's
style.
3D that looks like 2D.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Ravager, Rose Wilson, codename Ravager, is a minor character and former villainous, later honorary Titan, appearing exclusively in the Teen Titans Go comic series, which is not based on Teen Titans Go. It's based on the Teen Titans 2003 series.
Yeah.
Super. Thank you, Levi. A guy named Crystal says this movie made around 50 million in the box office, so it made back its budget and its advertising budget.
Really?
Yeah, but I always say, I mean, like, you want it to be a big success, and even if it was technically a financial success, Cartoon Network could say, well, we could get like a little extra money from doing like another Teen Titans movie, or we could just crank out another season of the show for a lot cheaper. Well, not a whole season of the show for cheaper, but you know what I mean, in general cheaper, and sell more toys and fill up ad time, etc.
Yeah. I'm looking at the box office mojo. It made about 57% domestic, 29,000, and then about 43% overseas.
All right. Are you guys ready for Kahoot?
I am.
Trivia.
Trivia. Go,
All right.
Teen Titans, go. Go, Teen Titans, go.
Go, Team Recast, go. Okay, so let me get the link. So the way this is gonna work, guys, because last time we tried to do this and there was just a tiny bit of stream lag that made everything impossible. Also, we didn't plan correctly for it. This time, basically what's gonna happen is Monsters has slides of the questions and the answers that are going to be popped up on the recast screen before the question comes up, hopefully, if we can time this correctly. And so you guys will be able to actually see what the question is and which ones are the correct prompts.
Yeah.
If this doesn't work, we'll like if we get one or two questions in and we're having trouble, we won't do the Kahoot, but we'll still just continue the trivia and you guys can just answer in the chat.
Yeah.
Sound like a plan? All right. Because ordinarily, like, we could just stream the Kahoot, but like the stream lag makes it so that, but like the longest time I can have is 2 minutes. And our stream lag seems to be probably about like 2.5 minutes, 3 minutes. So, all right. Give me 1 second, guys. I've never hosted a Kahoot, so I hope.
How
goes
are
well.
how are all of you guys doing? It's a Wednesday.
It is a Wednesday, Monsters. Thank you.
I guess while you're getting that set up, I'll talk about someone mentioned in the chat, I think it was Toon J, about the fact that like WB is like restructuring and kind of just Turner overall, and like apparently Cartoon Network isn't going to be like it, because before it was just like Cartoon Network, Boomerang, and Adult Swim were kind of in this small group underneath Turner Broadcasting, but now apparently they're going to be housed in WB Animation. So yeah, I wonder how that's going to affect it. Maybe there'll be a bit more crossover, because you know, for a while now, WB has been owned by Turner and has had shows on Cartoon Network, but you know, Cartoon Network originals and then WB shows like Teen Titans Go or Justice League Action or anything like that, or any of the Scooby-Doo or Tom and Jerry reboots have always been kind of categorized as this separate thing.
The Kahoot code is 300-300. Pretty easy. 300300. Actually, I don't think we could ask for an easier number,
Yeah.
to be honest. Yeah,
I think the website itself is like kahoot.it.
Right. I didn't know if I was supposed to post a link or not. I assume because the Kahoot app or kahoot.it. So it's Kahoot. Got 10 players in. We'll give it till 10:40. We'll give it 6 minutes. Is that
In the meantime, do you want to answer some questions? Or
I don't want to really spam the chat while we're trying to get everyone focused, but we could talk about one thing. It won't let you put your name in. Yeah, I set it to randomize people's like nicknames so no one puts anything inappropriate. Can you just say your answer in the chat since you can't get on Kahoot? Of course. Yeah, no, it's not gonna let you pick your name. You can pick your nose though, if that makes you feel any better. All right, we're up to 33 players. What? So the theme is Batman and Robin, not the Joel Schumacher film, but just questions about Batman and Robin.
Yeah.
All right, we're up to 38 players. Looking good. We got about 5 minutes. I really like. We didn't really talk about it, but I really like the song "I'm Batman."
Which one was that?
Like
Was that the metal one?
Batman movie? Yeah. It was the one that Batman sings.
I wonder if that was in part influenced by there's a really popular YouTube series called Bat Metal. It's
really?
It's quite inappropriate. Yeah. But no, it's very well animated and it's pretty funny. They're quite popular.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I tweeted about this a while ago, but I find it funny that Lego Batman sings in all 3 of the Lego movies.
Yeah.
Like he has his song that he made for Wild Style, which is just like death, darkness, destruction. Like that's his song. It plays in the back of Lego Movie, and then he has this song in Lego Batman, and then in Lego Movie 2, he has a little interlude in Gotham City Guys.
Yeah.
Don't me. You didn't see Lego Movie 2.
I know.
Everyone publicly shame monsters.
Well, here's the thing. They would, but I bet a lot of them haven't seen it either.
All right, monsters. So how fast?
Was that Nikki?
I guess.
Yes, I'm streaming you. Okay, now be muted.
Okay, monsters. How fast are you gonna be able to get those pictures on the screen?
As fast as you need me to.
Okay, because it's. I don't know that I can pause the Kahoot once we're going.
Right.
Okay, we got about 4 minutes remaining. 300 is the code. No parents.
Actually, kind of reminds me too. Oh wait, what were you gonna say?
Jonathan Marks hates you because you didn't see Lego Movie 2.
Oh well. Do you hate me as much as Joker hates Batman and Batman hates Joker?
We didn't mention Jerry Maguire. I didn't know what movie.
You complete me.
I don't have a villain, okay? I'm kind of fighting around.
Yeah.
Okay, well, you can fight around, but who pushes you to do your best?
Yeah.
Who's like your main villain? Superman. I love the just how Batman sees Superman as a villain, or not as a villain, but just as like the guy that he hates the most, and that continues in Lego Movie 2.
Yeah. It's kind of crazy that a Lego Batman movie actually happened, because maybe some of you that are listening in can relate, but back like, I don't know, 10 or so years ago, there was this YouTuber named Forest Fire 101. He's the guy that made the Duck Song animated videos.
Oh woo.
Yeah. But he also made like these like Lego Batman stop motion things that were really funny and really cool at the time, and they were pretty popular as well, and I liked those, and they actually inspired me. I dabble a little bit into Lego stop motion animation. It's a lot more difficult than you might assume it is. Stop motion animation's not very easy.
Thank you guys on Discord who are shaming monsters. Welcome to the dump. You chose How to Train Your Dragon 3 over Lego Movie 2. I feel like you made the wrong choice, but I'll respect that.
Yeah. Yeah, you can only shame me if you've seen Lego Movie 2.
Nah, you can. It's the internet. They can lie. It's fine.
Then I shall shame you back. Shame.
We got 47 players in. All right, we got. Let me read off the names. We got Brave Piranha, Space Glider, Groovy Wombat. All right, I'm done. And on to 43 more.
Those sound like default Xbox Live gamer tags.
Well, they're default Kahoot gamer tags.
Yeah.
All right.
Are you guys
got
going to be the
1
best
minute
of them
left.
all?
So get ready, monsters, because when I say go, you're gonna have to. So how this again?
Yeah,
how
you
this
have
is
to
gonna
say
work,
Titans go.
Monsters is gonna put up the question, and then hopefully that you'll see it before the actual thing gets asked. All right. So keep your eyes on the recast screen right now. If you're listening to this in podcast form, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah. All right, you ready for question 1?
No.
No?
All right. But I am going to click start on the thing. So, all right, monsters, put it up.
Okay. Boom.
Okay. Hopefully this gets to you guys in time. So the question is, which actor voiced the Riddler in Lego Batman?
Choices?
The triangle choice is Weird Al Yankovic. The diamond choice is Conan O'Brien. The circle choice is Chris Pratt. And the square choice is Ben Affleck.
The choices are different on screen for the symbols. But
Are they?
yeah, like the triangle is Conan O'Brien.
All right, forget it then. No, we're gonna have to. It's not gonna work then. Yeah, and you're not gonna be able to put it up fast enough. All right, well, if you guys don't mind, we're going to nix the Kahoot aspect and just show you guys the questions on screen.
Yeah.
Just because, unfortunately, I thought this would work, but the lag is not going to let it. And I thought the questions would be the same options, but I guess they're not, which is really unfortunate. So say your answers in the chat.
Yeah, who voiced the Riddler in Lego Batman?
Mm-hmm.
I actually don't know this one.
Oh.
I hope it's Conan, because I like Conan.
Yeah, I'm really sorry about this, guys. I thought this option would work. Anyone in the chat? No one's got any answers.
So, Cranky Nation guessed Chris Pratt.
The correct answer to this question, everyone got to answer their questions on the thing, I guess. Wow, a lot of people getting this wrong. It is indeed Conan O'Brien.
It is? Oh, wow.
It is.
I love Conan.
Mm-hmm. They had a lot of really A-list people in there. I was gonna do trivia that was just like all famous people that voiced like the Justice League in Teen Titans Go to the Movies and the villains in Lego Batman, but you'd be able to just go on Wikipedia and know all those. So
Right.
Monsters, put up the next question while we're still talking.
All
It's
right.
gonna take
Question
time for-
number 2 is up.
Okay. So we'll give it a few seconds. But yeah, I know you like Conan, right, Monster?
I love Conan. Conan is my favorite late night host. You can't convince me otherwise that anyone's more talented.
Okay. I
Just-
put in,
just in general.
I put in Chris Pratt because he plays a lot of characters and Marvel. Ben Affleck obviously played Superman recently, so could have been a reference in there. Weird Al, there's a lot of like famous singing people that voice characters. So the next question, I guess, is up. Yes. So which of these has never been Robin, Jason Todd, Damian Wayne, Dick Grayson, or Drake Tim?
A lot of people saying Drake Tim.
Interesting.
Mm.
Drake Bell.
Drake Bell.
Monsters, what's your answer?
I also think it's Drake Tim because I think there's one named Tim Drake.
Very good, Monsters. That is the trick there. Jason Todd, Damian Wayne, who I actually didn't know about, apparently is a character that was created in about the early 2000s. The son of Bruce Wayne and Talia al Ghul, interestingly enough, that he didn't know he had. Dick Grayson's obviously, and yet it's Tim Drake.
Wheelchair Jimmy.
I guess that's true. Put up the next question, Monsters, because it's gonna take a second.
Oh man,
Drake the rapper. Thanks, Nikki. Yeah, it's a shame that there's so much lag delay. Maybe we need to start going on Twitch, Monsters.
think that's the answer.
It might be. I don't know. How much lag does Twitch have? Twitch has lag
Probably
too.
the same because I don't know. Because I don't think it's the YouTube servers. I think it's just
Right. I mean, all streams are gonna have a certain amount of lag.
New question.
All right. Which of these characters originated from Batman the Animated Series? Is it Clayface, the Clock King, Harley Quinn, or Barbara Gordon?
This is a gimme, I think.
It is. Who said Clayface? Harley Davidson.
Oh boy.
I mean, if you pick Clock King, I wouldn't blame you because he's not very well known, and he's got two pretty good episodes.
Yeah.
Animated series. Monsters, who is it?
Harley Quinn.
Yep, Harleen Quinzel famously was a character that was not in the comics, but then got adapted into the comics because her character was just so great. And I agree, she is.
I knew that, like, obviously I've known Harley Quinn for a super long time because I grew up watching, like, Batman the Animated Series and seeing her portrayals in the games and stuff. I didn't know until probably a couple years ago that she's named after, like, a box of cards brand named, like, Harley Quinn, like, one word.
Well, Harlequin is a word for, like a Joker.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't know that.
Also, her original name, Harleen Quinzel, is original voice actress whose name is Arlene.
Her main actress is Tara Strong, right?
Well, not her original actress.
Right. But just the one who, like, portrays her in most things.
Well, now, yes, but her original was not Tara Strong.
Yeah.
It's okay, welcome to the dump. I like Clock King. Anyway, next question, Monsters. Maybe we could stream the Kahoot on Rabbit. That's not the worst idea, but Rabbit does have a limit. I don't know. We'll try to figure something out for next time. I guess Kahoot's just not going to work for us.
Right.
I assumed that it would give the questions in the right, like this, because I didn't click randomize.
Right.
Anyway, what's the next one here? I'm just waiting for it to update.
Quiznos.
Okay, the Robin from the 2003 Teen Titans animated series strongly hinted to be, although never revealed, a young Alfred, Jason Todd, Dick Grayson, or Tim Grayson.
Definitely young Alfred.
Maybe we'll try Quizlet. Hey, I hear he's getting his own movie.
Yeah.
Sheen Estevez. Hinted to be an actual Robin bird.
Imagine if that was a thing. Like Planet Sheen Teen Titans crossover.
Monsters.
Just imagine it. Like think about it for a second.
No. I don't know. I haven't had the right answer. Maybe someone's got it.
Someone should do like a 3-page analysis comparing the love interest dynamics between Robin and Starfire and Sheen and Asifa.
I'm just gonna ignore you. Hey, bonus points if you could tell me what the evidence is that it is a person. Red herring.
Oh boy.
Monsters. Do you know this one? You know who it is?
Yeah, I think it's one of the Graysons. I'm gonna say, oh man, I'm gonna say Dick Grayson.
Actually,
Is it
it's
Tim?
a young Alfred. No, it is indeed Dick Grayson.
Okay, a lot of people are saying Tim Grayson in the chat. That's what threw me off. Well, okay,
Tim Drake.
Yeah, I think I know the evidence too.
Yes.
Wasn't there an episode where there was a character named Grayson Dick?
Well,
No.
rude. Well, so yep, some people in the comments got it. Well, first of all, yeah, he's Nightwing. So the only Robin that's gone on to be Nightwing is Dick Grayson. Someone else mentioned the season 2 episode Fractured. What you're thinking of, Monsters, is the Larry that they end up calling him, the little mischief sprite, basically. His name is Dick Grayson backwards. I can't say it because it's just a jumble of letters. And then also, I think the most clear evidence to me, anyway, is there's an episode where Raven has to go in his mind and she sees like the silhouettes of acrobats falling.
Yes, yeah, I remember.
And that's exclusive to Robin, or to it's exclusive to Dick Grayson. Next question.
All right, last question. Question number 5 is up.
You guys are doing pretty good, guys. And this is pretty fun too. I liked Kahoot because it would give us like some nice statistics. But we'll try Quizlet next time, maybe Quizlet.
Teen Titans Go. Perfect name.
Oh my god.
Thank you, Sammy Girl, for posting that. I'm gonna pitch that.
Monsters, you might not be on their next recap.
Oh no.
Monsters had to
Bye
go.
guys, this is my swan song.
His planet needed him.
Apparently I live on Krypton and it's about to blow up.
Which of these Batman's films does not have Robin? The Dark Knight Rises, Batman Mask of the Phantasm, Batman and Robin, you never know, and Batman the movie, 1966, the one with Adam West. I got some people.
I think I know the answer to this one.
Okay.
Let me say it.
Hang on, not yet. Give
Okay.
people a few more. People are typing. Yeah, Batman Robin's a choice. You never know. Maybe he teams up with a bird.
Yeah.
it's maybe. Well, I guess it would still be Robin.
Yeah.
This is indeed a trick question. Ryan's unboxing show 2019. What?
Yes.
Planet Sheen the movie.
Oh no.
All
Please
right,
no.
what do you got, Monsters? What's your answer?
It's isn't it Mask of the Phantasm?
You are correct.
Because in The Dark Knight Rises, they imply, I think, that Joseph Gordon-Levitt is Robin.
His nickname is Robin.
Yeah.
I hated that part of the movie. I don't like that movie in general, but technically he is Robin. Batman, the Adam West Batman movie does have Robin in it. Batman and Robin, yes, unfortunately, Robin is dragged into that mess. Mask of the Phantasm, despite Robin sporadically appearing in like the first season of Batman animated and pretty frequently in the second season, he's not in it. Part of Mask of the Phantasm is like an origin story anyway, so it kind of makes sense. But yeah, there you go. This is your trick question.
Yeah, there's your trick question.
All right. Well, I hope you guys. Or his real name is Rob. Right. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Again, sorry the actual Kahoot didn't work, but we hope you guys had fun anyway.
Yeah.
Had some lulz, putting stuff in the chat. I'm up to go for some more questions for maybe about 15 more minutes. If you are, Monsters.
Yeah, sure.
All right, so we'll open it back up to questions. And there we are on the couch. Miss Nicole, would you like to join us again?
Well, I love to then.
Hey, Nick.
Hey,
I guess-
is Lana come back on too?
Yeah, I guess
Sorry.
she can. No, I mean she can if she's here. She might be at dinner. At any rate, ask us questions, guys.
Hey. Lego movie versus Emoji movie recast? I feel like you guys already answered this question.
We didn't. A lot of people. Actually, why would Lego Movie versus the Emoji Movie? A lot of people were saying like Wreck-It Ralph 2 versus the Emoji Movie.
Well, because like, Emoji Movie kind of copied very similar traits when it comes to like, let's make a property that nobody believes could be a movie, and then let's make it into a movie and such.
I guess.
Unexpected. Expectations is the expectations to have a movie.
Yeah.
Plus, like, they copied Wild Style character, for example.
Did they?
Yep. In the movie Emoji Movie, and I know this because my sister was watching it a couple days ago. They had this character. Her name was Jailbreak, and she's like men's always doing all the ideas a woman's like make, and so like or something stupid like some kind of feminist joke or do that. And she even has like the whole like goth style to her too, and she also has a secret name and identity, like legit copied Wild Style from like a movie.
Huh. Also, hi, Leia.
Hi, I've returned from exile.
How are you gonna stay and talk about movies you haven't seen? Like,
I don't know. People won't know if I don't actually see it.
I mean, I feel like you could probably make some educated guesses on what a Teen Titans Go movie
Oh
would
yeah,
be like.
100%. I've seen enough of Teen Titans Go to guess what the movie is.
We got a super chat from Alyssa who wants to hear Shadow Streak defend Waffles because they hate it. I don't think Shadow will defend that episode. Well, partially because he's not here, but also I've talked with him and he does not defend like everything about Teen Titans Go. He just kind of generally like. We also have another super chat from Jonathan Marks. Says, I'm sorry I keep asking, but my favorite, Dexter's Lab favorite episode.
Rude removal.
Oh my god.
Just kidding. That's actually not my favorite. I don't know.
I like Libretto, the opera episode.
Oh yeah, that one's pretty good. I like the Christmas special.
I don't at all. I hate it. It's pretty awful. Just Dexter fighting Santa Claus.
I don't. Someone point out in the chat. Let me know which episode this is. But there's one where at the end, Dexter's dad like ends up in like a hole in the ground, and he's like, "Feed me, feed me, feed me." Someone tell me which episode that is.
Okay. Well, while we're waiting on that, let's see. Pieguy, have you ever heard of the Walt Disney Treasures DVD series from Ryan's Treasures? Did you make this up, Ryan? Are they your Walt Disney DVDs? Nikki,
No,
what is this?
I know what this is. So Walt Disney Treasure DVDs, they released this back in the early, I would say mid 2000s, like early mid 2000s, where they released a bunch of like they came in silver tin cases, and there were a collection of DVDs of like all Disney cartoons from like from the early 1920s to like the 1960s, 60s, 70s, and I actually have a bunch of them. I don't have all of them, but they released like Steamboat Willie, like the classic black and white. They have like the Goofy shorts, and they come in different collections. So there's like the Golden Years, there's the Silly Symphony years. There is like the Goofy shorts. There's Donald Duck cartoons. There's Pluto. There's Mickey Sully. There's also a couple of them about the Disney company itself, like the Disney theme park show. There was a Disneyland TV show on there, which I really want to get. There's also the Magical World of Disney and the Mickey Mouse Club. So basically, it's like the whole era, and it was encased in silver tins, and they're really cool looking because not only did it came with DVDs, it all came with collectible postcards as well, and some information guides and like little booklets. It was like a kind of like an ultimate collector's guide DVD set.
Nikki, the amount you know about Disney scares me a little.
Maybe I'm the incarnation of Walt Disney. You never know.
That's pretty interesting.
Spungster is wondering if we knew that Lil Yachty made a song for Teen Titans Go. The answer is yes, because A, they promoted it a lot, and B, it was the credit song.
That's the first time I've ever heard of Lil Yachty.
Really?
But Tunjay, don't care about music. Tunjay says that it's "You Vetch to Believe It" for Dexter's Lab from season 3. Monsters.
Oh yes, you've or if you're a Dragon Ball fan, you Vegeta believe it.
Okay.
Bad joke.
You can shame Monsters and Leah for not having seen things that are good. Don't shame Nikki though. Nikki sees good movies.
Yeah.
Oh shoot! I remember. I saw Pokemon the series X and Y. That's what I was supposed to talk about. Oh shoot. Well, I guess next week it is. Because I got on a kick of Pokemon from last week, and Chugga recommended X and Y, and I'm like, all right, let me see it. And I looked at it, and I'm like, wow, like this is actually like what my nostalgia remembers Pokemon being. Because it's like animated actually decently, and the battles are pretty good, and the dialogue is like still kind of corny, but not like super distractingly so. But yeah. Also, thank you for the super chat. Storage Junkyard Trash Pile.
Love that name.
Ooh. Someone asked, would you rather watch Teen Titans Go or season 7 of SpongeBob?
Oh God. How much of Teen Titans Go would I have to watch? Depends. Whichever one is shorter.
The entire series.
Oh boy.
Also, I'm getting some feedback from someone. You guys hear that too?
I hear it, yeah. Let's see.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what Chugga said. Pokemon X, Y, and Z especially is really good, but he was also like the X and Y, like the first part is pretty good too. How about watch?
Might have been from me because somehow Connor got a candy cane, and I I don't know how. And he was attacking it, and this wasn't a small candy cane, it was like one of those big ones, and I don't know where he got it.
Connor
It
is
came from the first place.
Connor's Leia's older brother.
Oh. Oh boy.
If my older brother was almost 1 year old, I would be very concerned.
The Fresh Rush of Nowhere asks me what my favorite cryptid is. I'm assuming from Secret Saturdays. Favorite cryptid? I'd say Fiskerton, just because he's really lovable.
Wilson Fisk. Can you guys go to Chuck E. Cheese? No, we'll definitely get kicked out.
Yeah.
We need to bring Connor. He's just a child, please. Let him experience it.
He's literally a baby.
We'll definitely get the pizza if we go there.
Oh, favorite Disney afternoon / one Saturday morning show? Definitely Recess. Definitely Recess. Thanks for the super chat, @Eve.
DuckTales.
Oh,
Out of the box.
Out of the Box was a Disney afternoon. I don't think. Well, scared her away, I guess. Monsters, have you watched Thomas the Tank Engine?
Yeah, when I was like in preschool. I
don't think I
haven't
have.
seen like I watched it back when like Ringo Starr was the conductor. Like probably
What?
like yeah, he played the conductor. Like late 90s. That's probably when I watched Thomas the Tank Engine. I haven't seen anything new like the Thomas and Friends stuff. I don't really know anything about it now because it's been like 20 years. But yeah.
Who do I main in Smash? Young Link and Duck Hunt If I Hate You.
Wow.
You used to be
Wow.
Toon Link, right?
Yeah, but they ruined Toon Link. But it doesn't even matter because Young Link is just a better.
Oh.
Thanks, Pi, because
What?
you fought against me with Duck Hunt all the time.
All the time. We played once.
Okay.
We've played twice. Excuse you.
Fresh Resh wasn't wondering what my favorite cryptid from Super Saturdays is. She was wondering what all of our favorite cryptid monster is, like Bigfoot, Loch Ness, I guess Yeti.
I'm a big fan of MonstersReview.
Oh, thank you. Am I a cryptid?
Yeah, you're my favorite cryptid.
If I'm a cryptid, then I'm everyone's favorite. not
yeah.
Not to sound egotistic, but I don't know. Mine. I mean, I don't know. None of them are really plausible in terms of just me thinking about which ones are real or not.
I don't think that's the question.
In concept, I think the Loch Ness monster is the coolest because it's just like basically like a giant dinosaur that lives in the water in a lake in Scotland. Like, how is that not cool?
What about you girls?
What, my favorite cryptic?
Cryptic.
You know what? Whatever.
What's your favorite Bakugan?
Probably Mothman. But listen, there's something funny about that. We were just talking about this in Drawing 2 tonight, and we were talking about that Bigfoot movie.
Which
the one where
one?
Bigfoot's my dad, or whatever it is.
Oh,
I heard about that movie.
And
yeah.
listen, just Google Dilf Bigfoot, and he's
Oh my
what
God.
comes up.
Leia,
Oh,
please. This is a family show.
I'm not gonna say anything else,
Oh my.
but he's the first like 10 results.
Jeez.
All right. Well, thanks for being here, Leia.
no. Last time.
Oh, to Leia. Let's see. I will definitely have to remember to talk about Pokemon next week. Monsters is Beast Boy's brother. I could see it.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm just because of green.
I should say I wasn't the one that designed my character. I'm not sure if the person. I haven't talked to the person that designed my character in over 5 years. And I just
Monsters doesn't credit the artist. Rip.
well, no, that's because like I haven't used that original incarnation in so long, and the current version that I use for my picture and everything I drew myself. That's why it doesn't look that good, but but
Aw, that was adorable.
I don't know if they got any inspiration from Beast Boy. All I said is like, because my name was Monsters Review, but for a long time I didn't really have a character mascot, so I was like, I want them to be green. Well, okay, actually I do remember my inspiration. My inspiration was Creature from the Black Lagoon. That's kind of
and you do look like that.
Yeah, that was the idea I was going for.
When I told Nikki like what we were looking for, I was just like, just make sure he's tall.
Yeah.
Because if there's one thing I know about you monsters is you're freakish. I mean, respectably freakishly tall. I don't know. Any cartoons you guys are excited for in the future?
Yeah.
Infinity Train.
Everyone spoke at once. I'm excited for the projects that are coming on Netflix. There's a few of them that I'm looking forward to. There's one from one of the people that worked on BoJack.
Craig McCracken.
Yep, Craig McCracken has one in the works.
Jorge Gutierrez.
Yeah, so I'm excited mostly for that, and I guess Infinity Train a bit. What about you, monsters?
I just had. Well, I mean, I'm looking forward to Star Wars: The Clone Wars Season 7, which is technically not a new cartoon, but man, I don't know. I really, you'd have to list off some, and then maybe I'd be able to have a say on it.
Okay.
I know that we talk about them in the news all the time, but I can't think of any right now.
How about you, Leia?
The Owl House on Disney. I'm kind of upset.
Ooh.
Supposedly it's been delayed. I say
Hey.
supposedly because there's not confirmation on it, but
A delayed show is only disappointing until it comes out, but a rushed show is disappointing forever. I'll paraphrase Bill Nintendo on that.
that's a fair point, and that's why I'm not too disappointed about it. But I am super excited for that show, more so than Infinity Train. But
Fair. How about you, Nick?
Infinity Train on Cartoon Network. I'm just hoping, like, it's kind of an interesting premise for our show and such.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm also hoping for more Bee and Puppycat episodes.
Oh.
Because that show's been delayed for so long. Like, they just released the entire compilation of all the Bee and Puppycat episodes so far. And, like, the last time I watched about Bee and Puppycat was, like, 3 years ago or 4. So it's been, like, I think I had a longer hiatus than Steven Universe did.
I have another answer. Static Cling. Like, I'm not even like memeing about that. Like, I actually really do want to see Static Cling.
I know, man. I do too. Have you seen this TV movie? We gotta put it on milk carton. Thoughts. This is a good question. Thanks for the super chat. Thoughts on Missing Link and Laika? You guys heard of Missing Link?
I've heard of Laika. Laika's a fantastic studio.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you, it really doesn't look like my thing, but the animation looks cute. Like, it looks cute. It's just not something that I really care. See?
I feel like I need to know more about what it's about because I have no idea what it's about. I just know that for some reason there's tons of Bigfoot movies recently.
Smallfoot.
And
Leia, careful.
I'm just saying there's Smallfoot, then there's also that other one. I think it's from DreamWorks, and then there's also this one. So I'm just not quite sure what the craze is with it right now.
Zendaya is Michi. Laika's a fantastic studio. Like, Kubo and the Two Strings, if you haven't seen that, it's a fantastic movie. I think they also did, like, Coraline and,
Paranorman?
Paranorman. Yeah, I always get Paranorman confused with Frankenweenie.
Anyway. Similar style. They also made Box Trolls as well.
Yes.
Very cute movie.
Box Trolls, yep.
So there's one actress, but I gotta say this, that one actress who's also playing as Sleeping Beauty in Maleficent 2, Dakota Fanning, I believe. There's two Fanning sisters. I don't like either of them. I hate their voices. So I'm not excited for Maleficent 2. Yeah, I honestly do not like this actress because of her, like, how she portrayed Aurora in Maleficent, and then her voice acting in Box Trolls. I did not like it at all. It was, like, nasally, whiny. It's basically like, if you guys seen Series of Unfortunate Events, she reminded me of Carmelita. You know?
Oh, God!
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
Boy.
That's how
Um,
that's how mad she makes me. I just cannot stand her.
Thank you for the super chat, Jonathan. Have a good night.
Yep. See you later, Jonathan.
Yeah, Missing Link. I mean, the promotions for that have been kind of weird in that they are like Toy Story 4 is out here, like the trailer that just everything. Missing Link, like it's just kind of like, is this all the movie is? Is that it's this Missing Link finding its family? Like, because they kind of show that in the trailer. Like, is that what else is in the movie? Like, who's the villain? Like, is there a villain? I don't know.
Himself.
I mean, I feel like it's gonna be slice of lifey. I'm not quite sure where
Which
they're
is
going
fine.
with it.
But yeah, it's
Yeah.
just it doesn't. I feel like it looks cute, and like that's kind of the thing is like it looks cute, and I kind of like what I saw, but I need something more to sell me on the film.
Yeah.
For
I
me,
feel like I
like
just
I'll
need to know
watch
what
it
it's
with a
about.
friend. Oh yeah, same. Same here, Leah. And also, like, I might just watch it when it comes to rental. You know.
Hmm. When you buy episodes of TV shows, do you prefer Amazon Video or iTunes? I don't buy episodes of TV shows really.
Yeah, same here.
Unfortunately, they don't like when I go for movies. I buy like the combo packs that come with the digital copy. Like I like having digital copies quite a bit now. But I generally don't just like buy a digital copy of something specifically.
Yeah, I mean, to answer the question, although I do have an iPhone, I generally don't watch entertainment on my phone just because it's a smaller screen. And I'm not the biggest fan of the iTunes Windows software, so I'd probably go with
Yeah.
Amazon.
In the past, I do have a pretty robust iTunes library of like just random episodes of shows that I've reviewed in the past because like that kind of seemed to be the best way to do it for a while because it was like 99 cents for an episode. But since I'm not primarily like a Mac user anymore, or an Apple user, I don't I don't have a use for that. I don't have a point for that. And nowadays, like honestly, almost anything you want to see is available on some service that you can either get like a free trial on, or you could just pay for a month, or you could just whatever. Like, that I just don't feel the
Like
need to do that.
Verve.
Right. Or like between HBO Go and Netflix and Disney Now and the DC streaming service and
Yeah.
like all those shows I mentioned I want to see in the DC universe, it's on the DC streaming service. So I'm just going to subscribe to it for like another month or two, watch what I want to watch, and that's that.
Yeah.
Like I don't mind paying $12 for like, you know, like 100 hours of entertainment that I'll get you know, in a month.
Right.
We will be wrapping relatively soon, but hi Pixar Prince. How you doing? Am I still planning on adding content to my Let's Play channel? Probably not at this point. I just don't really have the time. Oh, and yeah, that's a good point, King of Dreamland. That's the other thing too with iTunes, that like before it made sense for there to be 99 cents for everything, but now it's like it's $3 for the HD version, and I can't not have the HD version. So that's like,
I remember back in the day, like this is probably 10 or so years ago, but like remember that show called Mad that aired on Cartoon Network? On iTunes they were sold in 11-minute portions, and they were charging $2 for the SD version of an 11-minute episode. I think they fixed it later, but for like a very long time they were like way overcharging it for just 10 minutes.
Yeah, the only thing I still to this day, or well, I guess, yeah, I would buy the SpongeBob seasons on iTunes just because I do find that the iTunes interface is pretty conducive to like pausing and rewinding and going to specific points. Even when I can find those episodes like elsewhere, like on Nick.com or whatever, like the Nick.com's video interface is awful.
It's bad.
So, you know, and it's a business expense too for me. It's a write-off.
Yeah.
Do your taxes, kids.
Yes.
Have either Pie Monsters or Nikki, Leia's not asked because they already know the answer, seen the alternate universe mode for Spider-Verse? I've seen half of it.
What is that?
Haven't finished it. It's
Yeah, what is
basically
that?
so on both like the 4K Blu-ray copy and on like the digital version that I got. Basically it's like a 3-hour cut of the film that includes everything from scenes that they animated but have cut to things that they only got to the storyboard stage. Like it's just everything to alternate versions of scenes. And in some parts of the movie are drastically different. Like there was going to be this Miles was going to have this one friend. I think his name is Gonk or something. He's in the comics. What?
I don't know. Just Gonk is a funny name.
I guarantee you I'm pronouncing it incorrectly. Basically, Ned is based on this character from Homecoming. But show Miles like Peter Parker's origin story movie, or not Peter Parker's, but Spider-Man's origin story movie, and like try to encourage him to be a hero and be all excited about it. He was essentially Ned from Homecoming. And also like his scenes, like as you saw, you could cut him from the movie entirely and the movie works just fine without him. But it is kind of interesting to see. And considering how much I love Spider-Verse, like also the movie was originally going to begin with the Spider-Ham short. That's like a bonus on the DVD as well. It was going to begin with that, and then the ending of that short is Spider-Ham getting sucked up by the dimensional portal, which is like a cool idea. Like it's like a short cartoon before the movie that also ties into the movie, but it also kind of breaks the flow a little bit because opening the movie with like Peter Parker saying like giving his backstory and then getting into Miles, like that's already kind of like two openings. They didn't need a third one.
Yeah.
Do you think we are going to get a Spider-Verse sequel? Oh, absolutely. It's already planned. We had the multiple sequels and spin-offs.
Merchandising, where the real money from the movie comes from.
Monsters, did I talk about this on the recast about how I read the original Spider-Verse comics?
About the what?
That I read the Spider-Verse comics. Did I talk about that on the recast?
I don't remember that.
Because I talked to Shadow, I guess when we were playing Borderlands. I couldn't remember if I said it on the... But I read the Spider-Verse comics. I've been getting into reading comics again. And the story to Spider-Verse in the comics is basically that there's these hunters that feast upon spider essence, and they travel through all these different dimensions to basically like commit spider genocide. So
I heard of this. Yeah.
It's nothing at all like what they do in the movie. I mean, Spider Gwen, Spider Noir, Spider Ham, like they're they're in the comics. It's just not the same story at all. And I think that story would be very fitting for a sequel.
No, that I think that would make a perfect sequel. You know, like this will like I think like if they want to up the ante for the first movie, they should definitely go with that storyline or somewhat in a way. That way they can have more Spider-Man. But like my worry is because I hear that some people said like, oh, there was like too many Spider-Man in the Spider-Verse movie. I'm kind of worried that like the thing that might be a little bit if they added more Spider-Man people, like including Spider-Woman and etc. You think the movie will be a bit too crowded with that many characters, or no?
I'm not sure. I mean, I think they balanced it pretty well. They kept the focus on the main three, and the other three were basically just background, secondary characters. But yeah, I mean, they basically set it up at the end of the movie. Aside from the joke, the old Spider-Man cartoon, Miguel having that thing on his wrist that lets him transport to other universes. That's how the Spider-Man like do it in the comic, and it's also tied to Miguel specifically in his technology from 2099. So it's definitely like set up, and especially also the ending. I guess I don't know. Maybe I should or shouldn't say it, but there's definitely something going on with the Spider-Verse. So yeah, maybe one or two more questions, and then we're gonna head out. Hypersonic movie? Absolutely not. Not on my recast.
Oh, the Sonic movie.
I'm hyped for it.
No way.
Listen,
We know.
Sonic was like my Steven Universe when I was a child.
Oh God.
Why?
What's gonna happen after Steven Universe ends?
I don't know. Don't even get me thinking.
You're gonna have
about
to find something else.
I mean, I made
Nah.
a Frozen video and it got like really high views, but I'm not moving over to Frozen.
Alyssa has another super chat. Any DC comics? I have been reading some Batman comics. Hush was very, very good. I've basically been reading the ones that the Arkham video game series are based on. Hush was very good. I'm reading The Long Halloween now.
Yeah, I've read some Alan Moore stuff like The Killing Joke and a little bit of V for Vendetta, but nothing beyond that.
Can you please butcher my name? Okay, Victor Nikforvov.
No, you
Victor
don't say it with a Russian
Victor.
accent. You don't say it with a Russian accent. So Victor Nikolforov.
Nikiforov.
Victor
There you go.
Nikolaj.
Yes, very good, very good. Now drink the vodka.
Beef Stroganoff.
Beef stroganoff. Stroganoff. Like potato. You gotta have like hard. Always gotta close your mouth together when you speak a Russian accent.
I have to go. I can't even do it. I'm not even gonna try.
Oh boy.
All right. Well, thank everyone for being here. We maintained a consistent 150 viewers this whole time.
Yeah. Thank you
Yeah.
guys for coming out to the stream, watching us, enjoying us, participating.
Yeah, thank you guys, and thanks for the patience with the Kahoot. And we'll try to get it right the third time. We'll definitely be doing another live recast at some point in the next month or two.
Yep.
We hope you guys enjoyed it, and please feel free to leave any feedback in the suggestions and feedback section on the Discord. If you're not on the Discord, we will be opening it back up, so we will be posting a new link, and the link will work. So check on the next recast. If you heard cool stuff happening in the Discord and you weren't able to join now. Next week we do have something pretty cool planned, so hopefully that works out.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you guys for being great guests. We had some really great participation. Thank you, Leia and Nikki. You guys were fun, unexpected guests.
Yeah, and Shadow.
Yep.
It was fun to come on.
All right, and thank you, Monsters, for helping put this together, being the main guy that put it together.
It's what I do. and thank you for hosting the show and keeping it together.
Oh, of course. Keeping it together. That's a Steven Universe episode.
I knew you were gonna say that. Were you
Pie
gonna
Guy,
say
Pie Guy,
that?
thank you for changing my mind.
Stop.
Thanks for the super chat, Red Bandit. Do you recast the Squirrel Jokes versus Stand Up Randall? Is that a recess episode? All right. Good night, everybody. PIEGUYRULZ out.
Catch you guys next time.
Bye.
TTFN.